This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1K studios of Arizona, twerking UFC prospect Jordan Leavitt and Big Mo will be live interviewed on the MMA Holes UFC Vegas 51 recap. Let's party! MMA Holes! Yes!
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome. Monday night, the aftermath of UFC Vegas 5-1. We got some really cool guests tonight. You should be delighted with our guests tonight as we discuss the MMA world, the UFC world, the Sea World. Did I just say Sea World? We'll discuss a lot of stuff tonight. It's UFC Fight Week once again as well. We got some guests coming on Wednesday night, so I urge you to hit the fucking like button. The greatest MMA show in the world is in full effect tonight. We got ARIEL HELWANI yapping in the background, and I noticed that ARIEL HELWANI was nowhere to be found today. I mean, did he do a stream tonight? I mean, I don't, the MMA hour works sometimes, but the MMA holes work all the time. We're here for you, the people. We don't stop. We just keep the party rolling. Now, everyone's settled. We're ready to go. I got a great guest. When I was doing the intro today, and I'm yelling MMA Holes, the whole deal, all I could think about is, there's a guy that could do this way better than me. I'm screaming MMA Holes. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I'm not as good as a man. Well, I got the shirt right here. Are you guys ready to get wild? I can hear you. You guys ready to get wild? Because we got Big Mo live on the MMA Holes. Let's go, people. Let's go. Now I got to hit the right thing. That's our subscriber thing. So, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there he is, Mo. All right, how you doing, Big Mo? What's going on?
What's going on, brother? You messed up the intro, man. Press the wrong graphics button.
I tell you what.
Stop drinking before you go live, man.
I got to put the bottle down. You're right. I mean, I have been boozing up to no end. Big Mo, thanks for coming back on. How you doing?
Hey, appreciate it, man. I love being on this show, man. This is like my home away from home, my MMA Holes community, man. I love you guys. But no, things have been good, man. Things have been really, really exciting in my life, and life's been great.
I tell you what, the grin says it all. I'm going onto your Instagram over here, and I mean, you have been going nuts all over the place. Everywhere I turn, I see Big Mo all over the place, and it's so much fun to see you hitting your stride right now. I mean, you are traveling the world. You are announcing for the biggest fights. I mean, this fight with what was his name? The Giant? I don't know his name, but anyway, I mean, it was just nuts. Everyone was talking about it. Was the Mountain, correct?
Yep, the Mountain, Hafthor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall in Dubai, and it's been crazy, man. It's I don't know. It's been cool for me to experience this next iteration of my career, and God, I've been able to do some cool shit, man. I can't complain. I've gotten to travel the world and announce huge fights, and it's been awesome.
So how did this come about? I mean, this was in what was it, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi? Where were we at for this?
Yeah, it was in Dubai, and it's amazing how it all happened. So I think I've talked about it on here before, but I'm never afraid to get told no, never afraid to shoot my shot with anybody. And I remember they announced the fight back, I want to say sometime last year. It was like right after like the initial COVID slowed down and before they had the next like COVID spike. And I had seen that they had done this fight, and I reached out and I was like, hey guys, if you're gonna have the biggest boxing match, you should have the biggest ring announcer, right? Makes logical sense. And they thought that was funny and they liked the idea, but it turns out they just genuinely liked my work. And then the fight had kind of fallen through. COVID spike happened, and then Eddie tore his bicep, so the fight got pushed off. And then Thor had done like a fill-in fight in I want to say, I think he did a fill-in fight in Dubai actually. Okay. And then the fight came back, and yeah, and then one thing led to another, like, hey, are you free on March 19th? And it was like March 1st. I was like, yeah. And they're like, cool, you want to go to Dubai? And I was like, let's rock and roll. So that all happened, and then yeah, it was amazing. Hosted the press conference, got in the middle of a bit of a scuffle between those two giants, man, but it was incredible. And yeah.
That is pretty epic. That really is. I mean, your career could stop right now, and everyone would be like, that was the coolest fucking thing ever. When you were on the flight home and everything started to settle into your brain, did you just say, holy shit, I did it? I pulled it off?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, so the show ended, and it was one fight. It was just one fight. And we had actually followed up a Pro Bellum show. Pro Bellum is a UK-based, I believe they're UK-based boxing promotion, and they had a show kind of before ours, and then we kind of came in and did our show, and had about 5,000 people that were there, and 1.4 million live viewers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there were maybe some problems with the stream because the viewership was so high, but yeah, I mean, I got to announce statistically one of the biggest fights of the year. It was amazing. It was cool. And you're right. I did have a little bit of a kind of a realization on the flight home, but it really just made me hungrier for everything else. You know, I sat there and I was like, I don't want to sound like I'm gloating or anything, but I was sitting there, I was like, I'm freaking 26 years old and I just did this. 1.4 million live viewers, 5,000 in the stadium. This is I knew I could do this, and and it made me just hungrier for everything more. So and now it sounds like BYB is going to London, so I'll be going across the pond again, across that Atlantic Ocean, and do a show in October. And this is the career I wanted, man. And it's cool that I'm seeing it all, that I'm working and seeing it all come to fruition a little bit. It
really is fun to see this growth here. I mean, this is nuts. It really is. Like, I mean, so how long have you been announcing now? Like, how many years?
3 years. It was 3 years basically a few weeks ago. I even made a little TikTok where I was comparing. I did like a small regional show and probably in front of a couple hundred people. And then it cut, and I was doing the same intro, the same catchphrase in front of 5,000 people, introducing two of the biggest people on the planet, literally and figuratively. And so, yeah, 3 years, basically.
It is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it really is crazy to just sit there. Do you ever have those moments where you just kind of sit back, you'd be like, holy shit, am I really doing this? Is this really happening?
I mean, kind of. I mean, I'm a really, clearly at this point, you probably know that I'm a really motivated person. I have high aspirations, so I do keep my kind of eyes on the prize. But no, like there's moments where I've sat back and I'm like, I'm doing this, you know. And in my opinion now, I truthfully believe I'm one of the best announcers in the world. I think that you can put me on the same par as a lot of people, and I plan to be the biggest ever. And it's crazy, you know. I'm like Bruce has been an idol to me and an icon to me, and I've studied he and Michael's career, and I'm 14 years ahead of when they started, you know. And so the biggest thing for me is seeing how my trajectory of my career is going. I know that I can be a force in this industry. I know that I can do some great things. And so the coolest thing about the whole Eddie versus Thor fight was that my biggest goal in my career is to help take combat sports to different industries of people. I think I said it on your show, but I was a college football player. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, there's no reason why combat sports, MMA or boxing, should be the biggest sport amongst people in my age demographic. There's no reason. It's the most entertaining. It's the most violent. It's the most exciting. There's trash talking. There's lights and fireworks and big arenas and all that. It 100% should be the biggest sport, in my opinion. I don't know if it ever will surpass football, but I think it can get up there. So I want to help take fighting in different industries, and I got to do that firsthand. I got to help introduce boxing to the strongman community, a community that is way bigger than people think, way bigger than people know. It's just not as big in America. But the point is I was able to help introduce boxing to them. And it was cool, man. It was that was the coolest part of the experience for me.
It's funny. I did a whole segment about strongman competitions, and I kind of went hard on my audience over here because there's a lot of people in our audience that love the big strongman competitions. Yeah. But me personally, I don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. I find it hilarious. But when I started talking to the people, and we put a little poll out there, I was in the minority. There was a lot of people that are like, bro, this is like legit big. And, you know, we have an international audience, so me being a dumb American over here, maybe my head is in the clouds. Maybe I got to open myself up to this.
Well, I mean, I actually liked watching Strongman growing up. I enjoyed it. I watched Mariusz Pudzianowski. He was the one that was really big when I was a kid, and he now is an MMA fighter. But I didn't really understand the nuances of it, and I actually got to sit around, and this was so cool. So I got to hang out with a few guys. I was hanging out with Terry Hollins, hung out a little bit with Martin Ford. Martin Ford's not a strongman, but he's kind of in that same community. You know, I got to hang out Lawrence Chalet, who was the commentator. He was the world's strongest man guy. So I went to the gym with a couple of them. I mean, I got to see him work out. I got to see him do the thing. They are amazing. Like, people don't understand how incredible of athletes they are. It's just different from what we may look at as an athlete. For example, they were talking about Thor. Thor, when he was a top-notch guy, he didn't do cardio at all. And it wasn't that he didn't see the value in it or want to do it. He couldn't waste the calories towards something not lifting. So he would eat 8,000, 10,000 calories a day to do a max deadlift because he had to put every ounce of his strength into that lift. And it's amazing because I was a college football player and I saw basically the strongest athletes that you can find outside of, you know, professional powerlifters or strongmen. And these people are literally twice as strong as some of the players that I played with. It was they're crazy and they're huge. And I've never felt small. Damn. Holy shit, Thor made me feel small, and Eddie's just as wide. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. I'm looking at this over here. It's wild, man. You are what, 6'7"?
Yep, 6'7", about 220, 225. And he is 6'9", probably 340 now. He used to be 400 plus. I mean, it's crazy.
I should be a strongman. I hate cardio. Maybe I should just get into strongman. Is it too late?
Here.
Like at the end of the gym work, I'm like, I got something better to do. I don't want to hop on a treadmill or anything.
Well, it was crazy because when the press conference, when that kind of fight broke out, and by the way, for those of you that watched, 100% real. None of that was scripted. None of that was fake. Eddie and Thor genuinely do not like each other. They may have made up a little bit, but leading up to that fight, they hated each other. So a couple days before I got there, Thor was doing a workout at a gym in Dubai, and Eddie showed up. And Eddie and them got into it. It went viral on the internet, and it kind of helped build the fight a little bit, but they got into it. And someone actually tore their bicep trying to hold back Eddie. That's how strong these guys are. So then the fight broke out, and skip ahead to one of the other clips in that post. Skip to the one where I put my hands on Thor. So again, like I was like trying to control everything because if an injury would have shut down the fight and all that kind of stuff. So nothing really happened here. They were just jawing at each other, talking some smack. And then Eddie was taunting Thor and things like that. And then when you go to the next clip, Thor or Eddie made a comment about Thor's mom. And then so I get my hands on Thor. And if you can see it happened quick, but I got my hands on Thor. And just the slightest bit of shoulder movement of him, and like I had a grip on him, completely broke my grip. Like it's unbelievable how strong these guys are. And then Thor grabbed a rein and hurled it, and I got rain all over myself. Like it was crazy. And we were supposed to do a public weigh-in. We had this whole event planned. We were going to go over to this big like town center in Dubai, and we were going to do a live weigh-in. And they were expecting a big crowd. And the event company and the promotion was like, they're going to get into it. And the thing is like, it's one thing when two featherweight fighters get into it. It's another thing when two guys that the combined weight of them was like 700 pounds it's very different when they get into it, whether they're as
Sure.
skilled of a fighter or not. So it was a wild scene, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think about like when John Jones and Cormier went at it and the whole stage fell apart. And those are big guys, but they're not like this. Like these guys are like two actual trucks going at it. Man, that must have been a scary moment. So what's going through your mind? You put your hand out and you're like, oh, fuck. Did you say to yourself, hey, this is going to go viral. Let's hand this up. Or you're like, oh, I'm going to die.
Well, so what happened and then this was funny because a lot of the people there weren't part of the fight community, right? Like the only people there that were part of the fight community was obviously the promoter had worked in it before. Then Barry Jones was one of the commentators, and he's been a boxing analyst for a long time out of the UK. And it was me, and we were really kind of the only people that were involved with the fight community. And then they had the two coaches.
Okay.
So they were talking smack, and I was like, I've been here before, I've seen this, whatever, talking shit. But then they started making offhanded quips about each other's family. And I was like, oh, I've seen this before. This never ends well. And then Eddie said something about Thor's mom. And then Thor said, don't ever talk about my mom. And then Eddie said, or what? And then at that point, I was like, this is about to pop off. I've already popped off once. So you can kind of see me like lean back and scoot the chair back. I was like, because Eddie's son was next to me. And I was just like, we don't want this to happen. And so then we chose to have the weigh-in in the same room. And so I told the promoter, I was like, listen, like, we got to get a barrier between these guys more than just me. Like, we need some tables or whatever. Because like we had hella security and we had some badass security staff. And so then that's when I actually came up with this idea. But I came up with the idea to put the security in the ring. I don't know if you go back and watch the fight, but we put the security in the ring, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis style, because I was like, I was afraid that they were just going to brawl the whole fight and just grab each other and not let go, and it was going to be just a mess. But it turned out to be a great fight.
Yeah, I think the best move, like I'm watching this clip over here as you get between these guys, is the slow unbutton of the jacket. Like you were like James Bond.
You caught it.
You're like it was like you know how like I don't know, it was like a James Bond move or something. Like excuse me, I'm just gonna unbutton this for a second. Separate, boys. You know, like it was actually pretty suave.
Hey, I can't rip the button out, man. That would have messed up the whole vibe.
Yeah, watch this, friends. Here we go. Like, hey, so you stay back now. Hey, you two. Hey, what are you guys doing over here? Hold on. Let me unbutton this. Okay. Now settle down. That's awesome, man. That is fucking awesome.
It was so cool, and the fight ended up being fantastic. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They went all 6 rounds, 2 knockdowns, heavyweight, throwing hands. We flew in. The referee they flew in was either the WBO or the WBC referee of the year last year. And so they flew him out from Panama. What was his name? Oh, man. I want to get his name right. I want to give him a shout-out because he was an awesome guy. Where are we at here? Hector Afu. And so he flew out, and he was like, he didn't know what to expect because, again, like he's refs like some of the biggest title fights in the world, all that kind of stuff. And he got out of that fight, and he was like, that is one of the most fun fights I've ever seen.
Really?
Because that's what you want in a boxing match, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, were they cardio machines? No. Were they Floyd Mayweather? No. But they got in there, they threw hands, they're big dudes with powerful fists, and they rocked each other, man. It was way better than half these celebrity, crossover fights and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Thor is legitimately trained to be a boxer. Like, he wants to fight again. And you could tell, like, he's been in the gym working.
That's awesome. So do you think there's going to be another rematch between these two, or is Thor going to move on?
So I know Eddie wants the rematch, or at least he talked about it. And then I know Martin Ford said he wants to fight Thor, and that would be a little bit more even from a, kind of a height perspective. So I don't know. I think this promotion, though, is kind of like wants to do these like Titan-esque fights, these giant dudes. And it's entertaining, man. And I don't know. I thought it was awesome. The crowd was into it. It was wild. It was live. It was badass, man. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Yeah, I tell you what, the buzz around this, because I like boxing, but I do like a circus, and it so happened to be that night there was a lot of stuff going on and whatever.
Yeah.
But now after seeing the replays and the highlights and stuff, I'm like, shit, this is right up my alley. Like I want to see people get pummeled. I want to see freak shows. I want to see crazy stuff here. And when I was watching it back, I was like, damn, this looks like a good time. What was the vibe like in the crowd? Was the crowd like buzzing, like super buzzing?
So into it. So, because you have to understand. So, one, Thor, like, obviously, like, Iceland didn't travel heavy for this fight, but the UK fans for Eddie Hall did, because apparently it's not that far of a flight from London to Dubai.
Okay.
So, like, there were tons of people from the UK and from London there supporting Eddie Hall. So, Eddie was the crowd favorite. They booed Thor and that kind of stuff, but man, they were into it. They were drinking. I mean, it was great. I don't give it. It was. I loved it.
Sounds
loved
awesome.
every second of it.
And how long were you there after the fight? Did you hit a plane on the way back home quickly, or hung out?
No, so I was there basically. I was there for about 5 days, about 4 days leading up to the fight. So I got to hang out in Dubai a little bit. I had the full day the next day after. Dubai is awesome, by the way. It's really cool, and they're really trying to become the fight capital of the world, and they can. They have the infrastructure to handle it. It's an amazing city. Like, holy shit, it makes Vegas look like Kentucky.
Really?
I mean, it's crazy. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just a different type of atmosphere out there. It's almost a different type of money that's behind that city. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I would imagine the money. I mean, they're like princes and kings and shit like that over there. Like, they're no joke. And when you showed up, they must have treated you like a king. I mean, here you are, the ring announcer. You're basically the center focus of this. Besides the fighters, it's you. So I mean, when you're walking into this place, were they just basically like just giving you a hand job on the way in? Like, what happened here? Feeding you grapes and blowing you?
You gotta pay for that. But no, it was honestly like really, really nice people, really respectful culture. They were all into the fight, you know, because they knew kind of what was going on. And it was, I don't know, like, I feel like it was kind of like, you called it a circus, and that's probably a better word than nothing, but it was kind of like, it was just this crazy event. Like, it was the biggest collection of people physically I'd ever seen in my life, because it wasn't just Thor and Eddie. It was all of their strongman buddies. It was all of their posse who have to be just as big as them. Like, Thor's dad is 6'11". Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Like, and so the thing is like, you have just these massive people walking around everywhere, down to the ring announcer, you know. And so it's like, it was just this massive, like, spectacle. It was a very unique experience, to say the least.
And I'm assuming there was no drug testing, right? Roided to the gills. Let's go.
I have no idea. Listen, I'm just the asshole with the microphone. I don't handle any of the booking or the matchmaking or any of that shit. I get in there and I yell for a living. So no, it was Dubai was cool, and the whole month of March was awesome. I mean, it was definitely the best month of my career, because I had BYB in Tampa. I got back from BYB on a Sunday. I left for Dubai the very next day, got back from Dubai. Then the next week I had XMMA in New Orleans. And March was awesome. So sets the tone for the rest of the year.
I mean, yeah, Jesus, you're staying very busy over here. This is, you know, I wanted to ask you this before we kept the conversation going.
Yeah.
What product do you use in your hair? Because you took your hat off. Poof, perfection. What's this about? Are you using wax, gel? What's going on?
So we talked about this on the first episode I did together.
Yeah, same stuff.
We talked about this. I do a little bit of wax typically to kind of get it set, but then I mostly just do pomade and stuff like that to kind of keep it going. But no, I train my hair, and I'm looking for if a hair care sponsor wants to holler at me, man, you know, I'm open to it. But no, a little bit of pomade keeps me going throughout the week. So
very nice. Yes, I do recall talking about something like this, but I was just baffled. I was like, oh my God, look at that. He took his hat. That's everyone's problem. You take your hat off and then boom, you look like, I don't know, a knucklehead. But you take it off, you're looking fantastic. By the way,
I do it all. What can I say?
I was actually laughing pretty hard because I was looking on social media. I mean, everything's blowing up, especially around that event. It was just nuts. Everyone was going crazy over it. And then I saw the comments, Mo. I saw the Max Headroom comments, and I'm like, did we start this? Like
I know, you mother.
Or do you ever?
No one knew who that was, but magically I do your show, and now all of a sudden that's my freaking doppelganger.
We brought Max back. I was like, holy shit! It's caught fire. This is fantastic. I say embrace it, man. No.
It's bullshit. That's what it is. Hey, no, it's the amount of nicknames that I've gotten it's crazy. But I love it all. And I had an epiphany. Really, I had an epiphany while I was in Dubai. And was it Dubai or was it another show? I don't remember which show it was, but I remember someone that I was working with on the media side, was kind of complaining about the negative feedback. I don't remember which show it was. Was it the Bare Knuckle? I don't remember. But I basically thought to myself, I was like, you haven't done this before. Did you expect that everyone was going to love what you have to do? Like, if you only read the negative comments, you're going to go down this dark spiral of, does everyone like me? Is this working? And I used to do the same thing. I used to, because again, like the fucking sunglasses are like the number one complaint. It blows my mind. Like they like me as an announcer, but I wear sunglasses, so I guess like I've killed somebody's family. And so the thing is like I used to read into that, and I used to be like, should I keep doing this? Should I take them off? Blah blah blah. And now fast forward, it's like that's become an entire part of my brand. So like the thing is like the nicknames, the comments, I love it. Bring it on. There was an entire Reddit thread dedicated to me during the Eddie Thor fight, calling me the Wall Street Bets logo guy. But I called that myself earlier in my career anyway. So it's like, give me the feedback, give me the engagement. I love it all. It's all good. As long as you like my announcing, that's really all I give a damn about. And we keep pushing through.
Yeah, whether it's good or bad, it's conversations, doesn't matter. They're still talking about you. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's nice to get some nice comments, but you genuinely, like, looking through the comments, I think people are pretty mostly receptive to what's going on with you.
No. Oh, well, I mean, truthfully, obviously, at this point, I don't think I would be getting the type of work that I'm getting if I was bad at my job.
Sure.
But I think it's, people just like to make cracks where they can. It's all good. I've talked shit in my life too. It is what it is. I think no one's really above that, but I love it. People have comments to say, and I think in my opinion, as long as I keep staying the course, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, my career is going to work itself out. So.
And I noticed when you did do the press conference, you didn't have your sunglasses on, and I got very nervous. Like when I saw the clips coming up, I was like, holy shit. Did it finally get to him? He's like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. And then bam, you're in the ring. You got the sunglasses on. You did XMMA. You got the sunglasses on. I was actually relieved, not even joking around. So what was the choice with the press conference? You wanted to just it's just in the ring?
Yeah, it's just in the ring. I do want to carry myself with a bit of professionality. I've gotten to host some shows and I don't wear the sunglasses. So now the sunglasses is kind of an in the ring thing. Again, I'm not like totally glued to them. I mean, if the right promotion called me, like if the UFC was like, "Hey, can you do Vegas this week but you can't wear the sunglasses?" I'm not going to go, "No." Of course I'm going to take them off. It is what it is. I'm not glued. They're not glued to my face. It's just kind of part of my brand. It's just kind of part of what I do. And yeah, I look at it as that it's a way for me to be a little unique. It's a way for me to stand out a little bit, because most ring announcers, they don't. Most ring announcers are plug and play. I mean, you can't really, and it's no disrespect, but if you lined up all the ring announcers that were in the world, you could maybe pick 5 from a crowd. So,
yeah,
and I'm one of them.
That's absolutely true. Well, I mean, you 6'7" definitely could be picked out in the crowd. I mean, everything that you're doing right now is working. It just seems like everything is moving smoothly. And even as I talk to you from interview to interview, your confidence and how comfortable you are and the way you deliver, you sound very intelligent. Remind me so much of Bruce. Like, it's kind of wild. I mean, I'm sure you're sick of being compared to the buffers, but at the same time, it's an incredible compliment.
Oh, 100%. No,
right.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, and Bruce has said it himself. Because I remember they were asking Bruce about people that try to do what he does and things like that, and he goes, "Look, he just wants people to be unique, and I'm clearly unique. Fuck, I mean, like at this point, like I don't know what the hell else I can do to be unique." And so the thing is like on the one hand, like I want to be me, but at the same time, like if you're gonna compare me to Bruce, like that's a hell of a compliment. Like for me to even be put in the same sentence as him is a compliment. The dude he and his brother have been on top of the industry now for 20, 30 years, 40 years if it's his brother. So it's like, yeah, like do I want to be me? Do I want to have my own brand? Of course, but at the same time, if someone wants to compare me to Bruce, like I love it. Like Bruce is an awesome guy. He's a smart dude. He's an entrepreneur. He's paved the way as what an announcer could be, and in my opinion should be, which is an accelerated level of energy and things like that. So yeah, no, keep comparing me to Bruce. I'll take it.
There you go.
I want to be better than him, but I'll take it.
I want to talk about XMMA. XMMA, I had a blast. That event was so much fun to cover. Oddly Edwards fighting over in Bellator. I couldn't even believe he took that fight against Aaron Pico. You got Sweeney coming out. You got John Dotson looking great. Everything was hitting on all cylinders. But I got one question about the beginning of the event where there was the infamous crackle in the voice. Now, I want to know, who do we blame here? Is it the XMMA production team, or did we hit puberty, Mr. Mo? What happened here?
My voice did crack.
Oh no! So
yeah, it's the first. No, like no bullshit. And you can ask anyone that was at the show. Like, I was like kind of shook. Never had that happen. Haven't had it happen in practices while I warm up. Haven't had it in sound checks. Never once had my voice crack. But for some reason, I what it was is like, I don't know if I like half swallowed like some spit or something, but something got all jacked up in there, and I let it out, and I was just like, oh, my first thought was the MMA holes are gonna catch it. Swear to God, on God. First thought was, I'm gonna hear about this next time I go on the MMA holes. But yeah, my voice cracked. It was kind of like a weird. That whole prep to the event, because like I'm a very routine person. Like, I'm very OCD. I always do this. I have the same pre-fight rituals with how I approach getting dressed and getting ready and doing my warm-ups. And I was getting ready for the show, and it was probably 10 minutes before I was going to walk out the door to go to sound checks. My button pops off my jacket. And at this point, this is a nightmare. This is the worst thing that could have happened. It's like, and I like rocking my jackets closed. It's kind of what I do. And if you could saw back, I was wearing it open, which I never do. So I was like trying to fidget with that and fix that and see if I could get it stitched up. I couldn't do it. So I wasn't able to warm up my voice as much. And then I wasn't able to do the cough drops, which I usually do. Like, I have all these little superstitions and routines, and lo and behold, I get in there, and the first one I go, I let it, my voice fades a little bit. And I was feeling a little hoarse getting up to it, and so I was a little nervous with how my voice is going to sound. And so it didn't, it is what it is. Listen, if that's going to be the one knock, then I'll take it. I'll be fine the next show. So
I mean, all these events that you're doing, you're freaking human, for God's sakes. Bruce Buffer had like a fly, the infamous fly swat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He did the spin and almost, like, didn't he blow out his knee or something? Like,
yeah.
Shit happens.
Right. It could be worse. Like, I had a voice crack. It is what it is. I think I sounded good the rest of the show, but no, I'm a perfectionist. I don't like making mistakes. How I look at it, man, is I'm still trying to build my career, and in my opinion, every time I do my work, it's almost like an application or an interview, right? Because that's what and you never know. Like, I don't know if an organization was happened to watch that intro and I turned them off, and not that I don't think that happened, but that's kind of how my mind thinks, and I want every, it's like they always say that practice makes perfect. Well, no, perfect practice makes perfect. So like it's one of those things as to where I just don't like making mistakes. But again, comes to the territory.
Yeah, it's a rough spot. It's like, I like playing the guitar because if I fuck up, I could just strum a little funny and say, oh, that was my strumming pattern, But if I were to play piano and you hit that wrong key, bang, the whole world knows. And with your job, it's like you're playing the goddamn piano, right? You have that big spotlight on. Yeah. So now, and I this is fascinating to me because I'm the type of person that's extremely hard on myself. If I fuck up, I just beat myself up to no end. So what would be the advice? Now this happens, and you did a fantastic job throughout the rest of the event. You could tell you're just like, yeah, whatever, and just kept on going. But internally in your head, how did you deprogram that, put that out, or you say, I'll take care of this later?
Well, one, I sold myself. No one caught it. No one was paying attention. Not true. People clearly caught it. So I tried to trick myself for one. But at that point, I'm still there to do a job. I'm not going to sacrifice the rest of the show because I made one flub, right? That was before I even announced a fighter. So I was like, all right, there's 12 fights, or however many of the fights there were due. There's 24 introductions plus a main event plus a whatever. So I was like, all right, well, I got to keep going. It's not like I'm going to stop and go home. It's like a drop pass in a game or something like that. It is what it is. But no, you're right. It's when you're in my job, I'm kind of by myself, and I'm up there with a microphone, and everyone's looking at me and listening to me. And so that's why I didn't like the mistake and the mess up, but whatever. It's life.
It's funny though, and I'm going to move on after this because I mean enough's enough. But I honestly wasn't sure if it was the production because I noticed the mic was cutting in and out as well. So I chalked it up to basically that. I wasn't sure. It was hilarious because we didn't know where was it coming from. We didn't expect it because I mean you have like you got the look, you got the sound, you got the whole thing. But it's going to be a funny story looking back. You know, like when
I think it's gonna be a funny story, man.
Absolutely.
Whatever. Just gotta laugh it off.
Absolutely, 100%. If you're jumping in with
someone said right here, Stanley 02, move on to the next play. Amen. Move on to
exactly.
That's all you can do.
I like the football analogy, and you playing football as well. I mean, you've been in these moments before where it's like, yeah, you know, drop the ball, you move on. So now what's next here? Your resume is fantastic. Like, I mean, you're in a viral fighting organization. You're in another organization with XMMA where they're feeding the UFC and Bellator. You got BYB. You're saying you're going to London with that. All these different directions you're going in. I'm curious, are you going to still play the game where you're like, I'm going to take all these jobs until I feel comfortable? Or is this going to be the career? Are you going to be bouncing around because you enjoy different tastes, like different food?
Well, that's a freaking great question. And that's kind of what I've been thinking about recently because again, like, and I've said this before, but there's no textbook way to do what I'm doing. Like there's no, like I can't Google how do I become a ring announcer and find out, okay, well first you got to get this job and then this happens to this. Like it's kind of, you just never know how it's going to work out. And so right now my mindset has been, okay, well, if I get as much work as possible and I'm the ring announcer that gets seen, does it matter if I'm doing it for one organization or multiple? Now, again, one of the top organizations might, you know, want to take a chance on me at some point. But my mindset right now is, you know, if all these organizations want me to announce for them, I'm good with it. Put me on a plane. Let's go do it. It doesn't change anything for me. I like the exposure. I like being a part of different sports. Like right now, last month I got to do boxing, bare knuckle, and MMA. I got to do one of each. No other announcer's doing that right now. No other announcer can match my activity, and that's the whole goal, is that if I can stay active enough and if I can put my stuff out there and I'm the announcer that's being seen, no one can touch me. Mm-hmm. No one can match my activity right now. I just did a TV show at the end of last year. Unfortunately, it sounds like, I don't know if my scene made it past the editing floor or not. We're going to find out when it gets released on Hulu. But like, again, like I was doing a TV show. I hosted Fashion Week last week. Like I've gotten to do all these different things. And it's because like no one's gonna match my activity, man. No one's gonna keep up with me if I do it right.
It's so freaking cool, man. What a life. So now, what are we doing here with the relationship? You still fucking flying solo here? Or have we settled down, or it's all work?
Yeah, we mean personal relationship or work relationship?
Sex, baby. Let's talk, man. What's going on here?
No, man, I'm single as a Pringle. No, it's I don't know. I'm really picky with women, for one. I'm really, really picky, very selective, very careful, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you know, I recognize that I'm chasing this dream and I'm chasing this goal that's pretty damn unique. And right now, a big piece of why I can do what I can do is I can focus solely on my work and I can focus solely on my job. Now, granted, these trips get a little lonely, you know. I was in Dubai by myself. And that's the other downside too, man, is like no knock to who I work with, but I'm significantly younger than who I'm working with. And so it's like I might go out and I'm like, hey, like, let's go out, let's go get a drink. And they're like, oh, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, damn. You know? So it's been cool. And that's also been what's been amazing is who I've been able to hang out with, man. I mean, shit, dude, like the BYB show, after the show, I'm hanging out with Claudia Trejos, one of the best boxing analysts on the world, Paulie Malignaggi, Mike Goldberg. Like I'm hanging out with all these just huge names in the industry, these experts in the industry. You know, I go to Dubai and I'm hanging out with Lawrence Chalet, who was a world's strongest man champ. I'm hanging out with Terry Hollins, Martin Ford. I'm hanging out with all these people. I come back to XMMA. I'm chilling with Eric Apple and Gilbert Melendez, and like I'm able to hang out with these amazingly talented people. So even though the trips are a little, you know, a little lonely, I'll also be able to hang out and work with some really talented people.
That's so cool, man. It really is. It's like I bet a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people that watch you announcing, they're just jealous, man. It's got to be. I'm jealous. It's amazing to travel. I want to get back out on the road, and now I got the family and the whole deal. It gets a little tricky. When you're when you're in New Orleans, I mean, this is a party place, party atmosphere, and then you got these XMMA angels. I mean, boom, the rumps. Even my dad was like, "Holy shit, is this really happening?" I mean, what about these ladies?
On the real, look, on the real. Number one, they're my coworkers, and I work with them. Those girls are cool as hell. Honestly, like, they're really, really cool people. I hung out with them on the trip. Obviously, worked with them. Cool as hell. Shout out to the XMMA angels. Y'all know who you are. I got to work with you last time. Work with you on a few shows now. So, yeah, gotta go ahead and cut that off at the past there, Chris.
I mean, look at the rumps on these girls. I'm sure they have fantastic personalities, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, when they walked in, and then the XMMA, what I love about them is they say, hey, you're not getting one. You're getting two of those rumps walking around between rounds. And I'm like Shia LaBeouf, just with the standing ovation clapping.
Dude, you're right. And whether it's the ring girls, whether it's the ring announcer, whether it's the graphics card that they do before the show, like XMMA, and this is why I love working with them. They're a creative group of people. So many of these fight promotions, and again, no disrespect to their fight promotions that are out there, but most of them are all cookie cutter, man. They do the same formula, the same thing, the same style, the same show. And then we wonder why these promotions fizzle out in a couple of years. Well, it's because if you just do everything the same, you're not going to keep up with the UFC. Like, unless you got $1 billion in the bank, this cookie cutter model's not going to work. Mm-hmm. So I like working with a brand that thinks outside the box, that's creative with what they do. They have phenomenal matchmaking. I mean, the matchmaking for XMMA is insane. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, people talking about Eagle FC, hell no. XMMA's card is way, way, way better. We just saw it at this last show. Yeah. And so, no, and they're going to cool places too, which is also what I like about XMMA. Every fight promotion does the same damn thing. They're going to go to Miami, then we'll go to Vegas, then we may do a show in, whatever. Now, granted, XMMA did a show in Miami, but they've been to South Carolina. They went to New Orleans. Like, they're going to places that have an interesting fight community, have an interesting culture. Like, we were there during the Final Four. Like, XMMA in the Final Four, we were staying at the same hotel as the North Carolina Tar Heels. Like, we were going to cool places. We were around a good group of people. And again, like, that's my biggest thing, is that I was able to meet people on the street that were there for basketball, but I was able to show them fighting. I was able to announce for them a little bit on the streets of, Bourbon Street and stuff like that. I was able to help show fighting to a group of people that don't usually watch it. That is the only way that the show can, that the sport can grow. There's this weird toxic part of the MMA community where they, oh, you freaking casual, blah. No. I don't care if you watch one show or if you watch every single pay-per-view. You're a fan of the sport, whether it's for one night or whether it's for 20. Like, that's the only way that this sport grows. That's the only way.
100%. No, I couldn't agree more. And we had someone that called in. XMA did a nice job of giving 4 tickets away to one of our community members. Nice. And he called up after the event. He was blown away. They sat him at some table, and he had a perfect view of everything that was going on. And he was shocked at the treatment over there that XMMA gave. I mean, they're unbelievable.
They're top notch, man. They're creative people. They treat the fighters well. They treat the media well. They care about the team. They have people backing financially that believe in what they're trying to do. And again, man, like, here's the whole thing, and this is what people don't get. And I love that people are as perfectionist about other people's work as I am about mine. But, like, people had negative things to say about the show. I'm like, y'all realize that was their 4th show, like ever. Like, it's not like again, like, I think a lot of people put XMA on the kind of the same level as like the Eagle FCs and things like that. They're on show 50 whatever. We just did our 4th. So the point is like, if we have as good of a product as we do now, just bear with us for a couple more shows. Let us iron up the kinks a little bit. I know that sometimes the clock wasn't working and things like that, but I mean, damn, man, like, that was the 4th show, and we had however many, like, an 85% finish rate. Like,
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I made the same point. I was talking to the people. I was like, guys, when Khabib came in, that was in show number 1 and 2. That was like in their 40s. Like, they've been doing this, and they have Khabib Nurmagomedov as the front man, like the face of the actual organization, and XMMA is still more fun in some sort of way. Like, it's bizarre. I mean, maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but I enjoy the events tremendously.
Yep. No, it's again too, but it's them being creative. Like, How many fight promotions have allowed you to do live commentary? Very few.
Nope.
Very few.
Yeah,
so
XMMA is
again,
great.
It's a way to get into a new community. It's a way to penetrate the industry. I like what they're doing, man. And also too, like, they gave me a shot. They were the first like kind of bigger national, international promotion that allowed me to come on. And they walked with a lot of trepidation when I was there. I remember I got to the South Carolina show and people weren't looking at me they're kind of looking at me a little sideways, not necessarily from the XMA people that hired me, but you could tell like some people were like, oh, this is the kid announcer, this is a gimmick, blah, blah, blah. And now I've become kind of an integral part of their team. And now, you know, I help kind of run their production meetings and things like that. And so, again, like, they believe in growth. I believe in growth. And, you know, I think together we can put on great work. And BYB saw the same thing. And Core Sports in Dubai saw the same thing. And whatever promotion wants to hire me next is going to see the same thing. I am not cookie cutter. I am not plug and play. If you want a guy that's going to read names, don't hire me. But if you want an announcer, if you want an entertainer, if you want someone that can actually enhance your show, then hit my line. But it's about finding people that have the same approach to the career as I do.
Absolutely. If you're just jumping in, we're with Big Mo, official.Big Mo. Follow him on Instagram, Twitter, all the social media, TikTok. He's doing great over there on TikTok as well. We got a couple of donations that came in here.
Yeah.
Let me let these slide. This is Kainoto.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I watched the pre-fight hype between Hall and Heather. Watching Big Mo in between them as the two guys wanted to kill each other was surreal. Big Mo almost became No Mo. Big fan of the big one.
Look at that. Big fan, they're saying.
Yeah. No, it's and again, it's, yeah, I appreciate the kind words. It was cool.
We got another one slipping in over here. Oh shit.
Oh,
The Bruce
Dad?
Buffer. The Bruce Buffer donation, $75. Oh my God.
Buffer's gonna scream at you, be mean to you. If you don't like it, make it known he's not keen of you. Supper's too cold, not
we gotta
done
get
right,
rid of
slap
my
the
donation
fool.
now.
So
What the hell?
big girls drool for the tool. Failed out of school, Buffer's gonna scream at you. Unkept fool, Buffer's gonna scream at you. Netflix not renewed, Buffer's gonna scream at you. KEWL is not how you spell cool. Wrong drugs in the mule, Buffer's gonna scream. Ran out of fuel, Buffer's gonna scream. Objection overruled, Buffer's gonna scream. Buffer's gonna scream. Buffer's gonna scream.
The Bruce Buffer $75 donation from Phil Starr. Oh my God, what does he have to say? This is crazy.
With all due respect to Bruce, Big Mo is gonna pass the greatness of Bruce. You guys rock. Let's go.
Amen.
Wow. He's saying, he's predicting that you're going to surpass the greatness of Bruce. How do you feel about that?
I love it. And I'm not gonna lie, like, people ask me like what would be cool to do in announcing. One of like my dreams is if they would do a dual announcer in the octagon, to where Bruce would have one, I would have the other, and we do like a combo introduction. That's like on my like dream wish list type of thing. So I don't know. It's again, being even compared to him is an honor. So he's the man. I love Bruce.
I tell you what, once you hit the UFC, which I know you're going to do, and you're going to surpass, I feel like you're going to be hitting every organization, all the big organizations. But if you hit the UFC, when you hit that, you're going to get a Big Mo song on this show, no doubt about it. I mean, we're gonna tickle that. How's that sound?
I like that deal.
All right.
We'll see. I'll get there.
I'll
get there for sure.
So we got a limited time over here. I do want to grab some questions from the chat, because we do have Jordan Leavitt coming on. What'd you think about Jordan Leavitt twerking? What'd you think about that?
Hey man, I wear sunglasses. He wants to twerk. Whatever you gotta do, man. You make that your brand. But yeah, let's take some questions. Let's rock and roll.
All right, here we go, guys in the chat. Let Big Mo know, or ask Big Mo, what kind of questions do you have for the man? I mean, we got a goddamn celebrity over here. He's killing it all over the world. Another great guest. Thank you, Stalio, too. Don't forget about us, Big Mo. Yeah, please, Big Mo, do not forget about us, please.
Hey man, this is my fourth time being on the show. Clear that ain't gonna happen.
I tell you what, I don't know if it annoys you, but you being on our trailer, you're literally opening up our trailer. So anytime someone comes to the YouTube channel, you're the first thing that pops up. But it's eat ass.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I mean, whatever you wanna make the opener is cool with me. I guess I'm here for the people. I'm the people's announcer. If they want me to announce eating ass, then you know what? Open up your checkbooks, ladies and gentlemen.
I do. The questions are going to be coming in here. I want to just get you to do one thing because we like having you do something silly on the show.
All right.
There is a meme that someone put on your Instagram, and it's absolutely hilarious. It went viral. The slap heard around the world over here.
Yes.
Could you do us a favor here, Big Mo? Would you be able to do your best, get your wife's name out your fucking mouth like that line from Will Smith? Can we get a Big Mo version of that?
Yes.
Let's go,
Yes, we
Big
can.
Mo. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the 94th Annual Oscar Academy Awards, live from someplace in Hollywood. Let's see, how do I do the main event? You put me on the spot now, I'm messing up. Damn it. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Yes. That was amazing.
Hey, hold on. I need to add context. Big Will Smith fan, didn't support what you did. Huge fan. King Richard was one of the best movies I've seen of the year. Don't really support what you did. Shout out Chris Rock too.
Yeah, King Richard was all right. I actually watched it afterwards. Jesse really liked it. I like Will Smith. Actually, I Am Legend is still fantastic. I hope they make the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions from the chat. Let me pull some stuff. Big Mo's, is your voice insured like Bruce Buffer's voice?
No, I've never actually thought about that. Is his voice insured?
Yeah, Bruce Buffer's got it. I mean, he's got everything taken care of.
Smart man. I like that.
And the knitter wants to know where she can purchase a Big Mo hat.
Ooh. I do have a merch store, which Chris is also wearing one of the shirts of right now. It's from TKO Store. They have basically shops for fighters. If you watch the XMMA show, John Howard has a store on there. I usually keep the link in my bio. I updated my link recently for something else. So I'll get the link back up on my bio to order some merch. But hell yeah, I appreciate the support.
Kainoto wants to know, would you accept a celebrity boxing match if you felt it would put your brand even more out there?
Yeah, it would need to be one of like the bigger celebrity shows. Like I feel like there's like some weird like small celebrity shows that just kind of are bizarre to me. But no, like a bigger one like what I did in Dubai. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll get in the ring with somebody. Our
friend that has a company called Tiger Life Energy. They're actually the big sponsor for BKFC. The owner, who is like, I think he's around my age, which I'm ancient, is actually fighting. I think he's headlining this celebrity boxing match against some TikTok guy. Like he owns Tiger Life Energy and he's boxing. Would you now celebrity boxing? Too small, too big? Would you take something over there?
I would. I mean, I'm always down to do work. It doesn't really matter. I mean, again, it would. Whatever the details are, the details are. But yeah, man, I'm always open to the work.
That would be awesome. What weight class would you fight in? J Doe would want to know.
Let's see. I'm a pretty lean guy. I'm curious if I could slim down to light heavyweight. Although if it was boxing, I'd probably go down to like cruiserweight. We'll see.
Lieutenant Dan's legs, big fan. Who is your favorite porn star, Mr. Big Mo? Favorite porn star?
Plead the fifth. Next question.
Let's see. Time to call out the polls. Would you fight a Paul brother?
I would 100% fight a Paul brother. I want to announce him too. I'll announce him and then I'll fight him.
And I'm going to make this the last question over here. Jake Paul and Michael Bisping going back and forth. I just saw the Bisping movie. I'm on the fence. It was okay because I knew the whole story anyway, so I don't know. It just didn't work for me. But anyway, Michael Bisping with one eye, retired from the game. He says he's interested. If they could sanction a fight between him and Jake Paul, would you like to see something like that?
Hell yeah. This is great. Again, I don't know how many more people need to hate on Jake Paul. What he's doing for combat sports is valuable. It is good. He is getting eyes on the sport, whether positively or negatively. Like do I think that what he's doing is it's all antics and it's not selling, but again, like they're talking about it on ESPN, they're giving visibility to the sport of boxing. When was the last time that we saw boxing in the limelight like this? More power to you. And you know what? Credit to him. He actually is working. He is actually training. I wish he'd fight a real boxer for sure. I stopped going after the retired UFC guys, but he's in there working.
There you go. I love it. Big Mo, listen, next time we have to clear both of our schedules and have you on for an entirety of the show. The news, the whole deal. Would you be down?
Please get me on there. I've been trying to do that.
Okay.
Damn it.
Big Mo, that's what we got to do.
We'll do a drinking game. We'll do something. We'll get creative with it. Y'all have been so great to me. Y'all have helped me grow my brand. Like, any way that I can help you guys, man, I'm done. Sold. No questions asked.
Hold on a second. One more coming in over here, slipping through the cracks.
Super chat.
Silverback orangutan coming in.
Most get him to announce my name.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, done.
You down?
His name's Silverback orangutan.
Yeah, we'll end up on this. Here we go. You ready?
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the donation on the Mma-Holes Live Monday, April 18th. Shout out to Silverback Orangutan.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Oh my God.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I realize this is my music to get me off the stage now. So thank you at the Academy Awards reference. Appreciate it. Moss is just subtly telling me to fuck off.
I'm sorry. I've been booking like a madman.
You got time. I'm messing with you. But shout out to everyone. Shout out to the Mma-Holes. Shout out to a couple sponsors that I work with. 4 Carat Vodka. Working with them. Also shout out. This is going to be so cool, guys. Wait for this. I am collaborating for my next suit that I'm wearing for BYB. I'm collaborating with one of the most famous tailors in the world. His name is Roshan. He runs a tailor shop out of Hong Kong called Sam's Tailor. He's inherited it. It's been passed down in his family. Follow him on Instagram. It's at Sam's Tailor. He has an amazing style, amazing way that he crafts clothes. He is going to outfit me for my next show. I'm going to start rocking double-breasted suits. I want to make that as kind of part of my brand. Every announcer kind of has a different style to him. So I'm excited to work with him. He's working with him on a suit and everything. So I'm excited to do that with with Roshan at Sam's Tailor. So follow him. And as always, get wild. And thank you guys for having me on.
That's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations again. This is great stuff. I love hearing you killing it. Can't wait to talk again, all right?
I told you I would.
All right. Big Mo, ladies and gentlemen, live on the Mma-Holes. Let's get a wonderful, wonderful in the chat.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Big Mo, for stopping by. And, oh, boy, we got so much crap to talk about tonight. We got Jordan Leavitt jumping in on the program in just a couple of minutes. Let us go to a commercial break, and then when we come back, the Twerking Monkey King, Jordan Leavitt, returns on the show to talk about his fight on Saturday night, the UFC Vegas 51 card. Won me some money on mybookie.ag. You can learn out a little bit more with this little break. So we'll be right back, friends.
Let's be honest, when it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-HOLES. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-HOLES, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. We got these custom belts. Giving away 2 at the end of the year. Fuqua Friday. And the Goat Milk Champion. If you'd like to get yourself a custom belt, go to UndisputedBelts.com. We'd like to sing before we get Jordan Leavitt in on the program. Thank you, Phil Starr, for the 75.
All I want,
Come on, let's twerk. Fun fact, we twerk throughout this commercial every single time. I have my belt on, and I'm twerking like crazy. Let's go, baby. UndisputedBelts.com. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Let's all settle down. Like I said before, Phil Starr, you're a fucking savage. You're a $75 donation. Just fucking slips. It's like, take that 75 with that savage donation. Thank you, Silverback. Thank you, Kainoto. Let's call our next guest over here. Let's get Jordan Leavitt on the horn. I mean, last second he says, "Sure, I'll come on." That was really nice of him. So let's do it. We have a 3-hour show tonight. We'll take phone calls after the Jordan Leavitt interview. Let's get him in. Let's get him in on the horn. Okay. Okay, all right, let's get over here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we go to the scene, over here we switch guest names, we move to the Monkey King, Jordan Leavitt. Welcome back to the stream.
Nice to be back. Nice to see you.
I really appreciate you coming on after, Saturday night. You were in there dancing around with your opponent over there. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, nothing really happened to me, so, it's easy for me to make it.
So, like I said in the DM, I was sweating bullets a little bit here. It was a close fight. You went to a split decision. And then, I got the win. I was so happy because I put my money, mybookie.ag, on you. When I saw you were an underdog, I was like, are they fucking crazy? Like, I legit, no joke, on the show live, I saw you were an underdog. I ran over to the website. I'm like, I got to place this bet. Did you have a lot of people hit you up like, why were you the underdog?
No, a lot of people were to tell me why this is a bad matchup for me, and I was actually kind of insulted that I was the underdog. I didn't think it was warranted, but yeah, I mean, I almost was actually about to back out of the fight because I was having some problems with my medication and my antibiotics and my ankle and everything. But then I saw that I was the underdog, and I was like, screw it, I'll show them I'm not the underdog in this fight. So I'm glad I did.
I jumped over to your YouTube channel after the fight, thank God, and I saw that you were pretty sick. Like, you were talking about it on your lead up and the whole thing. So what were you going through?
So 2.5 weeks ago, I got really sick, and I had to take a few training days off, and I had a 105-degree fever, and we were going to go to the ER, but I'm broke, so we didn't want to go to the ER and everything. And I was like, Google when a fever gets lethal, and it was 108. I was at 105. So I was like, okay, we'll kind of ride this out. And so then I got on antibiotics, and I wasn't getting better after the 10-day course. And this was Monday of fight week. And my doctor basically told me, I think you're immune to these antibiotics now. You've been using them for a few years because I have chronic issues with my ears and all that system. So I was immune to my first set of antibiotics. And So they put me on a new antibiotics, and it was making me super sick, like lots of stomach issues, and it was making me retain the water. So it really messed with my weight cut, even though like I was as skinny as I've ever been. Like I kind of counteracted that and made the weight cut very difficult. And then antibiotics don't really work well when you're super dehydrated. So it was just a rough weight cut week. But I'm glad I toughed it out. I'm happy I'm past it, and the antibiotics are starting to work.
I always want. I mean, you guys got a hard enough job as it is, and here you are at the top at UFC, and now you got to go in there sick. Like I couldn't even imagine how do you switch that, like flip that switch? Like how does it, like you go from, hey, I know I'm sick, but I'm about to take care of business?
Yeah, it was just, there's just so many things I wanted to do, like with my life and like family goals. And I couldn't sit this one out. I just couldn't, I didn't want to wait several months to fight again. Even though I fought less than 4 months before this last fight. Like me and my wife were like, okay, if you win this fight, we could start looking for houses. We could start thinking about having another kid. It was like basically like if I cancel this fight, my life goes on hold. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not ready to give up that future I've been planning out the past few months. So I'm kind of gonna grit my teeth and kind of power my way through it. And it helps that in some ways, since it was Trey Ogden and not my original opponent, I was like, well, Trey's not knocking me out. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna knock me out. And I'm like, I don't think he's gonna hurt me. So I'm like, I found the risk for this fight not super scary. Like I could obviously lose, and it was close, and I kept it closer than it should have been. But I was very confident that even if I was feeling horrible, I had that fight in the bag. So
it's got to be even more pressure. Does your wife work as well?
Oh no. She stays home, she's just stay-at-home mom right now. She worked before I got to the UFC. Then after I got there and got the bonus, I kind of retired her. That's
amazing, man. So now your wife could stay home, take care of your child. Here you are providing at the top UFC. I mean, what a feeling that's got to be, right?
Yeah, it feels cool, bringing home the bacon. I get to have my grandparents, life set up, the economic system. And it feels cool to, come home and, my wife's with the baby, and then there's the dinner made, and then I get to relax. It's kind of nice. It's
awesome.
I'm glad it's worked out this way.
And it's got to add more pressure now. I mean, like you said, you took the fight because you want to enhance your lifestyle. You want to get the house. You want to have another child, the whole deal. So how do you combat that extra added pressure?
I actually, since I've gotten to the UFC, I've found there's less pressure on me. Because before I got to the UFC, I was always wondering if I was good enough, if all this effort was going to amount to something. Mm-hmm. And if you lose on the regional scene, it could put back your goals by years sometimes. So after I got to the UFC, I'm well-spoken, and people, a small niche group of people really like me. I'm like, well, I could not lose 3 times in a row. I could avoid 3 losses in a row. So before it used to be if I lose this fight, my dreams are crushed. And now it's if I lose 3 fights in a row, my dreams are crushed. And now I make enough money from private lessons. If I have to, I could pay all of our bills. So I feel like there's less pressure now. I get to just focus on the art.
That's amazing. So now that you get this win over here, you're the underdog, the whole deal. Sex must be great. You're having another child. What's going on? New house? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're starting to look at houses. Just filed the taxes. Sex is always good. I don't know the difference, but I'm a dude. It's always great for me. Pizza's pizza. But yeah, I'm just excited to do this next chapter of my life. Hopefully fight August or September because I have a few weddings to be a part of in the summer. And then I just get back out there and maybe get 2 more fights this year. That's the hope.
Jordan, I just had sex today. It was amazing. Let me just say, me and my wife's coming in right now. Hey, how did you get here? Oh, she's coming into the stream right now. Come on, let's talk to Jordan about our sex life. It was fantastic, fantastic sex. And it was like I won a UFC fight. I mean, when you have those moments, I mean, you say it's always great. I mean, me, not so much. Sometimes I just don't perform. How do you make it always great?
I'm a dude. It doesn't matter. It's always great for me. I'm always in a good mood. Life's good. A lot of tension. When you work out all day, a nice little cool down is always nice. So
Gotcha.
It's always Christmas for me. I'm happy.
All right, let's talk about the twerk now. This was amazing. So you always try to up it each and every time you get in there. And when you dropped into the split, you did the twerk. The confidence on your face after this twerk said it all. I mean, you were really feeling yourself when you got that win, right?
Yeah, because it was kind of like a middle finger to everyone that thought I was gonna lose that fight. And also I had no media attention that week. and Trey was getting some, special attention, and like I was the only fighter that didn't get an interview. So I kind of had like a little chip on my shoulder for like that fight night. So the twerk was kind of like a little bit of a middle finger. And then also James Krause, who's a great coach, a great dude. But after the fight, he like shook my hand. He said, "Good attempt." And I'm like, "Good attempt? What do you mean good attempt? I just won that fight." So like the twerk was kind of like no, like I knew I won. And also when you have a boring fight, even though it was a little gritty, people are just talking about the twerk. That night wasn't the most active, exciting night of fights, so the twerk was kind of the highlight.
So I want to back up. So James Krause, who I did notice was in his corner, and when you see James Krause in the corner, the guy's a damn good coach. So I mean, his fighter's prepared, but he comes up to you and says, "Good effort." Is that exactly?
Good attempt.
Good attempt.
He said, "Good attempt," and I was like, I don't know about that, man. I'm pretty sure I got the last two, so it was kind of nice to be like, "Yeah, good attempt, huh?" So.
I mean, what the hell was? I thought you won. Maybe I was biased because I picked you, but I really truly thought. I know it was a close fight, but at the same time, I thought you had the control time, the whole deal. I mean, you pretty much it was going your way.
Yeah, I mean, I almost won all 3 rounds. The first round I just gave away because I let him put a guillotine on me. But the second round I outlanded him 3-1 almost. Third round, he was kind of whooping me the first minute of the third round. I slipped on the takedown attempt, and then he took me down again. But my cornerman, Sherrard, who I trust so much, is like one of my longest term training partners, he yelled, "Hood up." He's like, "Hood up right now." So I kind of like stepped into orthodox, hit him with 2 right hands, and then he kind of got a little scared and shot a bad shot, and that's what won me the fight. So
that's crazy. Were you guys chirping back and forth? I thought I saw you talking to him at one point. Was there any communication going on?
Oh no, just like a few things. Like when he headbutt me, he kind of rolled his eyes, and I was like, "Dude, there's a headbutt." Like wait for the. I said, "Sorry about that," And then after the first round, he almost choked me unconscious. I was just like, "Good job, Trey," but like nothing mean, like nothing disrespectful. Just me trying to be like, "Sorry for the headbutt. Sorry, good job on the guillotine." I love his nickname. I was telling him after the fight, I'm like, "Your nickname's super cool. Like Samurai Ghost, coolest nickname I've ever fought against, bar none." Said hi to his wife, said hi to his cornerman. Like, it was cordial. I like Trey a lot. He was very confident before this fight, and that just gave me a little extra fire. So
I mean, online exploded. Of course, everyone's paying attention to the twerk, and Terrence McKinney put something out there. If someone beat me and did that afterwards, we would have to fight again. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What was your thoughts on that?
I mean, everyone says something along the lines of that before they fight me, and then I beat them usually, and no one swung on me yet. So it's all good fun. Like it allows me to kind of control the narrative after the fight. People kind of just talk about my weird antics, and I think it's kind of like nice because I'm kind of seen like as this clown in my division, and as long as they see me as the clown, like I feel like I always have a little bit of a little like something up my sleeve when they underestimate me. So I kind of like to play around and have fun. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and it's pretty cool to be memes. I like memes.
I'm such a fan, man. I don't know, Jess, what do you think? You a fan, Jordan?
Well, the twerk got me. I mean, how could you not be a fan after the twerk?
This is my wife, my co-host, Jessie, over here. Yeah, we were delighted, man. Not only because we won money, but at the same time, you're just so much fun, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, every time we watch you fight, it's just like, it just gets better and better. The fight could suck ass, but you're just the best. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, even a lot of guys get bored with the lay and pray or whatever, right? But for some reason, I always feel that there's something with you that you don't want to turn away from the fight. Like, there's always going to be something happening here. And when you guys were rolling around on the ground, the whole deal, like, what was going through your mind? You're like, I got to finish this? Or like, what was, like, as the fight progressed, where were you at in those moments?
Well, I kind of feel like the first round I respected him a little too much, and then throughout the fight I kind of was like, as I got more tired and my throat started hurting and my ankle was starting to throb, I was like, oh no, I just gotta get this over with. So the third round I kind of started just walking him down, but like I was just like, when he was on bottom, he just kept punching up at me, and I was like, I'll take these noogies all day. Like, I want my extra 25K more than you want your extra 10K. Like, I'll take this for 5 minutes straight. As long as you're not trying to get up, I'm cool with it. And I made the same mistake when I lost to Claudio. I kind of just like laid on my back and was elbowing him, and I was like, I don't feel those. So it was nice to kind of realize that he was making tactical mistakes, and I'm glad it worked out for me.
And did you got a win bonus for this?
Yeah, I got a nice win bonus. It doubled my paycheck, so.
Awesome. That's got to be. What are your thoughts on bonuses when it comes to win bonuses? Like some people say, you should get paid everything up front. What are your thoughts on this? Would you rather get everything up front so there's less pressure, or do you feel like that added pressure helps you, really go for the victory?
I think the added pressure helps me, but I think 50-50 is kind of a ridiculous kind of split.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when you get up there, if you're making like 100 and 100, how do you even plan your finances? Like, if you're like, I'm gonna have $200,000 or $100,000, that's a really big difference. I feel like maybe it should be like 66-33, like 2/3, because I feel like half and half is devastating when you have a loss.
There you go.
Like, you shouldn't have to be in the UFC and like begging for a bonus. Guys crying, talking about their sob story. I feel like if you had a little bit more money up front, fighters would perform better. They may not work so much during their camp. They may actually be able to focus on the fight. I think it'll help raise the sport a little bit.
Now that you're 4 fights in the UFC, who was the coolest person that reached out to you? What was like, that was neat? Like, who slipped into your DMs and you're like, that's pretty freaking cool?
Like professional fighter or just someone?
Anyone.
Okay, so the coolest experience I've had so far from somebody that randomly messaged me after I lost my fight. Like a few hours later, I had a pretty sketchy message, and it was like, my husband would like to talk to you. He'll pay for your time. And I'm like, this is obviously a scam. So I kept ignoring it. But this person was very insistent that I talk to her husband. So I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, here's my Venmo. And they Venmo me $400. I'm like, okay, let's talk. So I call. And I talked to this guy, Frankie. And he's Frankie from Brooklyn. And he had like a grill. And he basically was like, what was up with you last fight? You didn't look like yourself. I'm a big fan. Like, basically, just like telling me how he's a big fan of me. He's like, just wanted to let you know that you still have my support. If you need anything, hit me up. And me and the boys are going to take you out to Panera Bread next week. And that was really cool. So I have Frankie from Brooklyn looking out for me. And when I lost my fight, that was a nice little like high point of that week.
That's unbelievable. Frankie from Brooklyn. Look at that, Jess. That's wild. That's so. I mean, when you have moments like this, you got to say to yourself, you got to pinch yourself, right? Because before this, before the UFC, you were just Jordan Leavitt, the average Joe, and now here you are, the UFC fighter Jordan Leavitt. What's the difference now? Have you found yourself? Does anyone, like family members, or say, "Hey, Jordan, you changed. The UFC's changed you," or you feel yourself being the same person?
No, I feel like that also kind of like solidified my weirdness. Like, I feel like I used to pretend a lot more around people because I was like a college student who also happened to fight, or I was going to law school, but I also happened to fight on the side. So I feel like I was always kind of trying to keep up with like appearances. So like I could be playful, but I also had to be very serious, and academic. But then as soon as I got off like kind of like that scholarly yoke, I really feel like I've like came out of my shell a lot more. My family sometimes hates it, but like my family's coming around, and yeah, I don't think I've changed. I think I've just become more comfortable around like with who I am.
Would you consider yourself the black sheep of the family? Like, are you the different than everyone else, or is everyone a little quirky?
I'm definitely the black sheep, literally and figuratively. All my cousins and all my family, they're all a bunch of gingers. And I'm like the mixed kid who fights. So I'm the black sheep in more ways than one.
So okay. So I don't know if I touched on this last time. So do you have the same parents as your siblings, or what's going on?
Yeah, me and my sisters are both all mulatto, and then my mom dated a black guy, then all my family's like white, descendant of like Mormon pioneers. So we definitely stick out at family reunions,
And they're all gingers, huh? That's got to be interesting, right? A nice mixing pot.
Yeah, my wife's a ginger, my mom's a ginger, my baby's a ginger. My kid, I look like I still a kid when I go out in public with my baby, so.
Hey, you're only 26 years old, so how old's your kid?
15 months.
15 months, that's right. Oh, look at that, 15 months.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Oh, girl. I'm thankful for
best
that.
Best friends with Ellie. They could be best friends.
Why do you think? Well, yeah, we have a young 11-month-old.
She's 12 months.
But maybe we'll have a play date one day. Why are you thankful that she's a girl?
I was raised in a household of all girls.
Okay.
I didn't live with a man until I was like 20. My mom got married, and that was a little bit of like an adjustment from being like the only boy amongst a bunch of girls.
Okay.
So I'm glad I got to ease into fatherhood with a daughter, because I know how to deal with women. I don't know how to deal with little boys. I'm not sure I'm the best like masculine example for a son.
So your wife's gonna walk into the room. Your daughter's about 13 years old, and you're gonna be teaching her how to twerk, right? Is this what's gonna happen here?
Oh yeah. She's got my dimensions. I'm gonna teach her to use what she's blessed with, you know.
So now that, I mean, every time you fight, the internet explodes. Our friend, what's it called? Oh shit, I forgot his fucking name. We have him on next week. Oh, Maurice Spears. Put on that song. So what'd you think when you ran into that Maurice Spears song of you?
Oh, that made my night. I came upon it like late last night, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is gonna make my day. I can't wait to repost this. For me, like, I grew up in the meme generation, you know, like that's how like all my friends and stuff, we get our news, we get our jokes, all our media comes through memes and like funny things that are ridiculous like that. So when I saw something like that, it just made me smile. I keep playing it throughout my house. It's like in my wife's head. So
that's so cool, man. When you got people, complete strangers out there, they consume your fights, they watch you, they root for you or against you. It doesn't matter. They're still watching, right? And then they're taking time out of their life to actually create content devoted towards you. I mean, my head would be even bigger than it already is. Like, that's got to be such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I was prepared for, like growing up. But, you know, it's been pretty interesting. Like, people, just the whole, like, public life was not something I ever thought would, like, be something I had to deal with. People reaching out to me, hate mail, the fun stuff, the bad stuff, the random support you get. And where I'm just shopping somewhere and someone will, like, come up to me and, like, tell me how they like my fight or how they like my message. It's all really, like, humbling. It's kind of really special. And it's not something I ever thought I'd be. I never thought I'd be like a public figure of sorts. So it's really nice. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it all the time, but right now it feels really good.
Have you done yet the meet and greet with the fans yet, with the UFC or with sponsors and stuff like that? Like the autograph signings, the whole deal? Have you done that yet?
No, I've never done anything like that. I think I'm going to get my first like real sponsor. Hopefully in a few weeks we have a few people reaching out. Finally, it only took 4 UFC fights. But besides the whole, like when I first won my contract, I got that whole Meet the Monkey King special on their YouTube channel. I really haven't gotten too much like attention from the top down. So maybe things will change.
I mean, I got to think now. I think that a celebration after every fight is
I think it's pretty safe to say that that's making a statement in the UFC. Everyone knows like who you are now simply because of how you celebrate your fights.
It's brilliant because you don't have to really talk any trash. Everyone's going to be tuning in because they want to see how you're going to celebrate. Do you feel like you have to keep on one-upping yourself now?
A little bit. There's a little pressure. I got to get some bigger cornermen that can do the dirty dancing lift again because all my cornermen are kind of scrawny now. So I got to get some like big Debo-like person to pick me up next time. But I said to stop hurting my ankles. I keep having like these little dances planned out, but then my feet hurt and I can't like do it. So I have a few things left I want to plan. My walkout songs, I enjoy doing that. The victory dances, I enjoy doing that. It's all fun.
What was the song that you walked out to in this event?
All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh, okay. And do you want to stick to the same song, or are you going to keep on mixing it up?
Oh, different songs every time. My first song I walked out to was Big Balls by AC/DC. And it was fun to watch everyone crack up. And then All Star, all like 20 people in the crowd at the Apex, they were singing so loud. I had a few like drunk people who shouldn't be drunk at like 2 p.m., but whatever. They were like screaming the song at me and going crazy. That was a lot of fun.
So which fight was Big Balls? It was the first UFC fight?
Yeah, my first UFC fight where I slammed Matt Wyman. It was super surreal because, I'm backstage. It's almost like a spiritual experience. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my dream. I'm kind of sitting with my eyes closed doing my prayer before my fight. And then the song comes on. It's completely ridiculous. Okay. And I like hear Megan Ollie like counting me down like 3, 2. What the hell is that song? Like stops her count. So then I start walking out and like Dana's laughing. I have the ref laughing. It was a fun night. That was a lot of fun.
So when they ask you what song you want, you say Big Balls is just like, sure, go for it. Or they're like, are you sure you want to do that?
They asked, are you sure? She's like, what's that? She's like, are you sure that's appropriate? And I'm like, it's appropriate. Don't worry about it.
That's amazing.
It's like a ball, like Cinderella. Like, who doesn't like a dance, you know?
Do you know that song "Big Balls" by ACDC?
I can't. No. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so funny, man. That's such a funny song.
But Drunk Savage in the chat had a pretty good idea. You should walk out to Lady Gaga's "Born This Way" if you ever get a title shot.
Scoot you in.
I need a crowd for that one. I've actually considered that song before. There's a few songs that just need a crowd. It's like the Apex won't do it justice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have that experience. I haven't fought with a crowd for the UFC yet.
It's crazy, right? You got 4 fights in there, all Apex?
Yep. And my Contender Series fights. That's 5 fights in a row where I'm fighting for a dozen people.
Wow. So, I mean, the next one, let's go, man. Let's put you on a pay-per-view, for God's sakes, right?
Did you already ask what happened with the jaw?
Oh, yeah. You had that lockjaw that happened. Yeah, what was that about?
He just split my chin open.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the way I thought your jaw was going to fall off.
Yeah, did you think it was like dislocated or something when he hit you and you stepped back like that?
Oh, it hurt a lot. Like, I bit through my mouthpiece a little bit, and I just remember, like, I stumbled for a second, and I hear my coach, like, oh no, and I was like, headbutt, you know, trying to get, like, Trey's attention and the ref, and I was it hurt a lot. That was definitely, like, the hardest my bell's been rung ever in a fight was from that headbutt.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, Trey's got a big head. That kind of hurt. But, yeah, that's my first set of stitches ever, so it's kind of anticlimactic.
It's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that, because when it happened, we do like these fight reactions and we have the volume off, so we can't hear anything. And we saw you like kind of trying to get the ref's attention. And if the ref doesn't see it, like people in our chat were like screaming, "Why they stopping this? Why they stopping this?" But thank God they did, because it was a headbutt, right? So you basically had to tell him, "Hey man, this was a headbutt. You got to stop this," and he just listened.
Because I thought he hit me with like an elbow at first, but then I was controlling his hand, so I like pushed off, and I instantly looked at Chris, so I'm like, headbutt. And Chris is like, he's like refed me like 7 times in a row. He refs me all the time.
Okay.
Like Chris used to ref me for wrestling, so he knows I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hey, like headbutt, you know, and then Chris gave me the time, and then they played the replay, and it was a pretty good one. A nice little nodder. So yeah, I'm glad Chris listened to me. I'm glad Trey didn't try to jump on me during that time. So,
thank God.
Yeah.
And did you hear, because you're in the Apex, did you hear the other corner, like Krause and the guys saying, like yelling that they stopped it for that moment, or was everyone cool with it?
Everyone was cool. It was
Good.
pretty clear. I think everyone kind of noticed it happened, except for my corner, because my back was to them. So all they saw is me stumble and then like get Chris's attention. So
it's so funny, man. When we do these streams, like these reactions to you guys fighting, we get that instant reaction of the MMA Twitter world, like the MMA YouTube world, where they're just like, this is bullshit. You know, like people just like, they don't even know the facts. They don't even know what the hell's going on. They're just yelling and screaming because maybe they have money on the other guy over there. What are your thoughts on like MMA Twitter, you know, the people out there, it's not the good people, the knuckleheads that are constantly just razzing and trying to, you know, get under your skin?
I stay off Twitter because of them. Like Twitter's like the only social media I don't really take part in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Twitter's like model especially kind of like incentivizes people being angry and getting attention. So Twitter definitely, like, I don't read the tweets. I'll go on every social media website, read every comment, but I go on Twitter, it'll hurt my feelings. But I definitely feel like, you know, when I was in elementary school, you could just punch a kid in the mouth if they were being a jerk. And I feel like Twitter's kind of allowed all those people who'd get punched in the mouth in real life kind of, they could get away with it, and they have like Khabib or Islam Makhachev as like their profile picture, and yeah, it's hard to, you know, make them shut up.
It's got to be so frustrating. Here you are, you're a professional fighter, for God's sakes, and people are like knuckleheads like me are mouthing off. Like, what do we, like, it's crazy sitting on their couch, shoving Doritos in their face and saying, oh my God, this guy's a bum. Like, I mean, it's got to drive you nuts.
It does a little bit, but especially when they DM me, I used to always ignore every negative DM, but now occasionally I like talk back to them. It's been kind of like it kind of feels really good to like insult them back. Like one guy was like, "You're gay, you're a fag, you're this, da 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 da," and I was like, "Dude, you're the one with a managed profile picture. Like you have a profile pic. Like you don't get to talk to me about my sexuality and stuff." And then I block them, and now they're deleted from my life. It's amazing, you know, how much power you have over somebody with just a little click of your fingers. So it's been nice to kind of get comfortable, kind of telling them to like, screw off.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak, and usually people who have a lot going for them, they don't feel the need to reach out to a person they never met or never will meet and insult them. So it's easy to kind of shrug it off.
What do you think about a guy like Aljamain Sterling, who, I mean, he has been catching crazy heat, but now he's kind of leaning into that whole heel role and blah, blah, blah. And he made a comment, I know Sean O'Malley made a comment like this as well, that after the fight, he gets the win, he's taking pictures with a bunch of fans, and all he could think about is most of these guys are probably in his DMs or on Twitter or whatever, dropping clown emojis. Do you get that feeling like if people are if you run into fans in public and they want to take pictures or whatever, does it cross your mind, hey, is this one of those knuckleheads?
I do think that from time to time, but haters are fans too. They're just, they just don't quite know it yet. If you're following my every move and I have an emotional hold over you, you're a fan. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive, you're a fan. So for me, it's I do think, I hope this person's a good fan. I hope they're a fan that doesn't hate on me. But at the end of the day, all news is good news. All activity is good activity if you have thick skin. And I have very thick skin, and no one's kind of gonna, rain on my parade.
There you go. That's a great way to think. So what did you think about Aljo and Petr Yan, their second fight? Did you get a chance to catch it?
Yeah, I loved it. I've trained with Aljo a lot. I trained with Marab all the time, so I was pulling for Aljo, and he did exactly what he needed to do, and he kind of put a chink in that aura of invincibility that Petr Yan had, and it could have happened to a more deserving person. Aljo got a lot of flack for that fight, and he shouldn't have. Even if you say he acted, okay, it was still most people complaining about it haven't been eaten in the mouth, okay, and I would have done the same thing. When you think about I will get an extra few $100,000 if I don't tough this out, why wouldn't you do that? He broke the rules. Petr Yan has a reputation for breaking the rules and being kind of dirty, and it was blatant. So I feel like Aljo, he's 2-0 versus Petr, and now Yan may never get a rematch. So that's interesting.
Yeah, we can finally move on. And what do you think about it? And on your card, there were a couple of instances where almost identical. It was bizarre, where I was like, wait, if they stay down, they might just get the win. But they went to the scorecards, and it was a little confusing. It wasn't intentional. It was intentional. Like that debate was going on. Do you think they need to do something with this to make it more clear cut? I feel like it's very confusing.
I 100% agree. Technical decisions, we haven't had one in a year, and then last 2 nights ago we had two. In the space of 2 hours, and I feel like it's because the commissions and everyone kind of overreacted to Aljo's situation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get fouled and that ends the fight, that should not go to decision. But that's either a no contest or is a disqualification, and that should be all there is. That person that knees you should in no way possibly get the win because of a decision after that. That incentivizes I could kill someone for 2 rounds. If I'm getting tired of the 3rd round, I may as well just foul them. Okay, fight's over. I get to decide the decision starts now. So I feel like a lot of refs maybe are trying to be a little too sensitive to causing a controversy like the Aljo situation. But it should just be disqualification, no contest, and you shouldn't ask the fighter. You should never put the fighter in the position where if it was a very hard shot and they were rocked, you should automatically stop it. Doesn't matter if the fighter's, down with it, because that's how people get hurt. Mm-hmm. Knees to the face are no joke.
And I want to know your opinion on this because you're in there. I'm not. I'm that Dorito guy again. I don't like grounding. I don't know why. I feel like a lot of fighters take advantage of it. I actually on your card there was a guy that got hurt and then went to his knee for a second, and I was like, this dude is planning himself on purpose. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm all for knees to the grounded opponents. I feel like knees in the sprawled position are awesome. I feel like that would definitely stop a lot of stalling. I hate how it kind of makes the fight more of a game.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a lot of especially come a grappler, people may think that's a bad idea for me, but in Pride, you were terrified to fight a wrestler because he could sprawl on you and then knee you in the face. And I feel like it would force a lot of more activity in positions.
Yeah.
I would love to see knees from a grounded to the grounded position. Like, I feel like it's different. Like, if you're a north-south or side control, you have no base to brace against things, and I can see how that's a little too dangerous. But when you're, like, on your knees and you're facing somebody, you're bracing for that knee. Even if you know they're probably not going to throw it, like, you're subconsciously thinking, like, just in case they do knee me, I'm going to absorb it. And I feel like that should be legal.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. And Joe Rogan mentioned something about and some people in our chat were talking about this as well. Like, there are a lot of fighters that just I mean, you're a grappler, right? So you're the perfect person to talk about this. Like, some fighters just drag their opponent down and just want to keep him there and don't really advance position, don't stay active. They just want to hold him down to the ground, collect the dub, get the fuck out. But Joe Rogan was saying, "Hey man, it's a fight." And he believes that the standing up the fighter with no action, there shouldn't be that. There should be it's a fight. If you're held down, it's your fault. You shouldn't be held down there. What do you think about that? Where should the refs stand guys up if there's no action, or like, what's your thoughts on that?
Personally, I would love to have no stand-ups, but also I feel like if there was no time limits, yeah, don't stand them up. But like, there's incentive to score, and like, we score on a round by round basis. So if like fights are scored in their entirety, I would say no stand-ups, because a fight should be scored in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing it round by round, I feel like you should incentivize and force fighters to take part in action. And I feel like it kind of allows you to game the system a lot. So like, if I just want to lay in somebody's guard for 4 minutes and they probably can't do any damage, like, I feel like that doesn't really like win the fight on its own. I feel like the stand-up is important to like make fighters try to finish the fight. I have mixed feelings on it, but I feel like if we got rid of the 10 point scoring system, and like you scored fights in their entirety, you wouldn't need to do stand-ups, because if you lay on somebody, you're not scoring too much. If they stand up the next round, now they could score it back, and the fight's not judged by a round-by-round basis, if that makes sense.
So yeah, it does actually. So would you be for that? No 10-point scoring system, the full fight?
Yes, 100%.
Interesting.
I feel like every controversial decision could basically be broken down to, I won the fight, but I lost the match. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I watched Lyoto Machida versus Shogun #1, which is like pretty long time ago, I feel like Lyoto won the match, but he lost the fight. He got whooped, but he won like 3 rounds very closely. And like GSP versus Johnny Hendricks, GSP won the match, but he kind of got pasted. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I would love for the 10+ scoring system to kind of be abolished, because especially for 3 rounds, it's a really bad system, because a 10-8 round, if you get it 10-8'd, you cannot make a comeback on the scorecards, really. Like, if I 10-8 somebody and then I play very conservatively and safe the next 2 rounds, I can't lose. Like, it's possible for me to lose. So I feel like the 10-point scoring system is really flawed for our sport, because there's not enough rounds.
Interesting. And now, if they say they keep the 10-point scoring system, which they're most likely going to do, but if they do that, right, would you like live scoring? Would you be down for that?
100%. Every other sport, you kind of know where it's going before, the final inning. Like, it makes no sense. Like, Kansas is starting to do it, and Victor's starting to do it. And the only complaint I've ever heard is it takes away from the excitement. I'm like, well, I'm the fighter. I'm not trying to make this exciting. I'm trying to win. If I know there's no way for me to win this fight unless I get the finish, wouldn't that make it more exciting to know that the fighter's gonna go balls to the wall this last round? Like, I feel like fans would love, like, it might be less exciting when they're announcing the scorers, but like, I feel like a lot of fighters will go crazy the last round if they knew they were down and there's no way for them to make it back.
Interesting. This is fascinating stuff. I appreciate these answers over here. We're live with Jordan Leavitt, the Monkey King, _UFC, coming on after his big win on Saturday night. Won the Mma-Holes some money, so that's exciting. Jordan, I have a favor to ask of you. I don't know how to twerk, okay? So if I stand up right now, over here, behind my magical desk, can you show me, a man that has no idea how to twerk, is there a way you could show me how to twerk? Let's get this going here.
Okay, so it's all in the core and the pocket of your waist, okay? So you're going to keep your abs tight.
Okay.
You're going to arch your lower back like you're doing a squat.
Okay.
No, arch.
Arch? What, like that? Like
arch.
Like this?
Yeah,
no, what are you doing? Like this.
Like this. Okay.
Arch?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm too, yeah.
You can do a slight tilt in your back.
Okay, tell it.
Keep your back arched.
Okay, bend me, Jesse.
Keep
Okay,
it arch.
okay.
Keep
I
it
don't.
arched.
Okay, yes.
Bend forward a little bit.
Like this?
No, oh my gosh.
Jesse, stand up and show me, please.
No, I'm not doing it.
Jordan, can you stand up and show me here? Is there a way to place your phone on the side where we could do this together here?
Oh, that's. My room's all dirty. Wait 1 second.
It's all right. I won't tell anybody. All right, here we go. I'm gonna, guys, if you just jump into me and Jordan Levitt, we'll get to work.
Arch like this.
Okay, like this.
And then do this. Bend forward.
Oh, bend like this.
Arch. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, like that.
I'm not that flexible. Okay, Jordan, here we go. You ready?
So you catch your abs.
Yes.
You arch the butt.
Okay.
Bend at the leg.
Bend the legs. and then you just wiggle it. Okay.
No, we gotta like.
How do I do that, Jen? How do you get the ass to move?
Like,
Maybe I don't have enough junk.
Use your knees.
Well, all right, wiggle me up, Jesse. Okay.
No, you do it. You got it.
Jesse, show me.
All legs. It's not your butt. You just gotta do like some quick little calf raises, like you're doing fast feet.
Is that it, Jesse? Am I doing?
The other, not like at the same time.
Oh shit. Jordan, would you like to see Jesse try it?
No,
what do you think?
no.
Oh, okay. I had to give it a go. All right, thank you, Jordan.
Oh God, he'll get it. One
I
day.
had to try it, you know? I always wanted to learn how to twerk. It's been a childhood dream of mine. How long have you known how to twerk?
Oh crap! I dropped the phone. I think so. Like by high school, I forget who. There was this one like football player, and he would twerk at every school dance. So I'm like, that's gay. I'm not doing that. You know. And then my friend's like, you're scared. You're saying it's gay because you can't do it. I'm like, I could do that if I wanted. You know. And so then some of the girls in my friend group kind of showed me, and I did it, and yeah, and it's quite easy. It's quite free, and it's very hard to frown and twerk at the same time. You have to smile and just shake your butt. It's impossible to impossible to frown and shake your butt. I think
it's got to be an amazing icebreaker if you're at a party and it's a little awkward. You just start twerking, right? And then people are like, "What the fuck?"
Right, especially like if people are only a few drinks in, they're still being a little like reserved. You know, one light-skinned fruity guy shaking his butt livens up. Going, you know.
This is amazing, Jesse. What do you think? Did that turn you on, me twerking, or no?
It's amazing.
Okay. Anyway, I had to try it. I had to give it a go. Anyway, Jordan, we have a live chat going right now. Chat, if you'd like to ask Jordan a couple of questions, would you be down to answer some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, here we go. Jordan's a good sport over here, coming off the big win on UFC Vegas 51. Before we get into the chat, the performance by Belal Muhammad. Guy's doing some good things over here. What'd you think about that fight?
Belal's not the most exciting fighter, but he makes very few mistakes, and it kind of shows that I feel like the top levels of MMA aren't about doing things amazingly. It's about doing less things horribly, and I think Belal did the perfect fight, and he did that fasted, and that's pretty bad A. So.
In the chat, they want to know how tight was the guillotine, which you spoke about before.
Honestly, actually, it wasn't that tight. It was all windpipe. So, like, usually a guillotine's a blood choke, but I was in it for 40 seconds and it was tight as heck. But it wasn't like a strangle. It was like choking, and I've had strep for 2.5 weeks. So I've been choking for 15 days straight. So I actually wasn't too bad. He actually started to I think strain more than I was towards the end of it. Like he was squeezing for his life, and I was kind of just like, let the round go out,
That must be a horrific position. I can't imagine if someone was about to take my head off or try to take my head off, I would start crying. Did you ever feel the urge to cry in a fight?
I've had the urge to cry between rounds. Never cried during the fight though. So I think my amateur fight, I got kind of whooped the first round, and I had a panic attack. I was like, oh my gosh, he hit me. I could lose this. And my coach like, shut up, you're fine. You're right. Kind of talked me into it.
What's your MMA locker room wants to know what's your favorite move to do during a fight?
Ooh, an Uchimata. It's like it's a judo hip toss. I love that move. It's probably my favorite move to hit. But not a lot of people really try to grapple with me or get underhooks on me, so I don't get to use it too much. But Uchimata and triangle chokes, my favorite moves of all time.
An Uchimata, I am not familiar with that move. So how does that work, the Uchimata?
So basically you have an underhook and an overhook, and you go for a hip toss, but you split their legs of your leg. So almost like you kind of mule kick them with your hamstring in their groin area, and you lift them.
What? Do you pull this off in training?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very common judo throw. It's mostly an off-balancing move for MMA, but Conor Parisian hit it a lot, and a few other judoka. So
my parents got me into judo when I was a kid. I never passed white belts. I was horrific. I just did a tournament and got my ass whooped, and it was a horrific experience for me. I cried, and now I'm doing this. So, any advice from young me?
Yeah, I mean, before you get good at something, you have to be comfortable sucking at something. And especially because I was very untalented at this whole fight thing, you know, it's a lot easier to get good at something if you're like comfortable knowing like I'm going to be really bad at this for a very long time.
Thank you.
Just enjoy the process.
I wish I knew you when I was a kid. I let my nephew listen to your advice, who has celiac disease, and he really got a kick out of that, your message. So thank you for that. And I gave up gluten afterwards. I was like, I think I might have an intolerance to something. Like, I don't know. It was like contagious. Your celiac is very contagious. Now I'm like, I don't want to eat gluten anymore. So did you ever have a gluten-free beer?
No, I haven't. I stopped drinking like 4 years ago. I haven't, and I got diagnosed about a year and a half ago, so I haven't had gluten-free beer.
It's not bad. I had it. I mean, it's not. Listen, it's not. You know, it's not like regular beer. But are you a beer drinker?
No,
not at all.
I'm sober. I'm as straight edge as it comes.
Okay. And no, go ahead.
Oh, last time I drank, I broke my front teeth, so I don't drink.
I want to hear this story.
So during my more rebellious years, you know, I think I was 22 and I was drinking for like a few months. I was like, you know, drinking with my friends, being very like safe. But I went to like my coach's, like, I think a Christmas party or an ugly Christmas sweater party.
Okay.
And I drank like a few glasses of bourbon with one of my teammates, like as a dare. And so then I drove to my friend's party after that, and I drank some more there. And I don't really remember it, but like, I remember waking up and like, you know, you have like the post drinking like dry mouth, so you feel like you're dead. And like I lick my teeth and I like poke like a shard of my teeth, like my two front teeth are shattered. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what happened? You know? And then my friend like he texts me, he's like, look at my Snap story, man. And it's just like me very like just swaying, dancing. I kind of like dab and I jump into the worm, but I don't catch myself. I basically face plant on the tile and shatter.
Can we get this video? How do we see this?
Oh, my friend Edwin's has to have it. I'll have to upload it one of these days. But it messed me up. Like in the video, I pick up my tooth and I run to the bathroom to puke.
Oh my
God. It was
God.
traumatic.
You picked up.
That must be something. When people fall down, she dies laughing. So someone going into the work. I mean, this is a horrible story. Don't get me wrong. And you're fine now, so that's good. But
that is great. I mean, it's not great that I lost your tooth. I mean, that's terrible. But it's just like I wish I was a fly on the wall when that happened.
Oh my God.
It's great. Like I love that story because like nothing. I'm pretty vain. Like my smile is one of my best qualities for me, and I was pretty vain, and I never had the urge to drink ever again. Like, and you know, my mom didn't know. Like, you know, my mom thought I was like a straight edge kid, so I had to like look my mom in the face. You know, so what happened? I was just dancing, man. I was dancing, and I fell on my face, and she's like, okay. And then like 2 years later, she found out I was drinking, and like my stepdad's like, I told you to make no damn sense, you know. So.
Oh my God.
Is your stepdad like a manly man?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So here you are. I mean, you're in touch with every side of you, right? And you have your stepdad is a manly man. What's the dynamic like at family gatherings? Are you like poking him a little bit now that you know you're a little older and everything like that? Have a little fun with him?
No, I think I've made him a little bit more in touch of his feminine side. I think like my vibe is contagious. A lot of my family's a little bit more comfortable. They're a lot like I remember my aunts and uncles being a lot more square before I was in the UFC, but now that I'm like this cool, you know, weird, effeminate fighter person, they're all pretty cool now. Or maybe I'm just like more positive with my life and now I see them in a different light, but they're all seeming to be pretty cool now and more relaxed.
You seem like you're in a great place right now. I couldn't be more happy for you. And someone in the chat was saying, you know, next opponent. What are we looking at here? Do you have your eyes set on somebody?
I always just, you know, the only fight I ever want back is the fight I lost, which is against Claudio Puelles. And if he loses his fight this upcoming weekend, I think that's a pretty good chance. I'd like that fight. But besides that, I don't think about the next fight. I was so focused on Victor Martinez, and then they switched it last minute to Trey Ogden. So I don't like to get excited. I feel like when I focus on opponents, it kind of gives me tunnel vision. So the only fight I ever know for sure I want is Claudio Puelles again.
Interesting.
But right now the fight makes no sense because he's on a 4-fight winning streak, and I just won, my second fight in a row. So we'll see.
How long until we see you fight for a belt at the 155-pound weight class?
I have no idea. These divisions make no damn sense. I would say if I could win 5 fights in a row, it'd be pretty close. But who knows? I have so much more to grow, and I just showed everyone that I could throw leg kicks this past weekend. So I'm now a grappling specialist who can throw leg kicks really well. So we'll have to see. I'm got a few more tools to gain, and I think I'll have a good run in me in a few years.
That's right. You were whipping those kicks in pretty nasty, man. What does it feel like to kick someone in the leg like that hard? Like, what does that feel like? I'm not a man, so I have no idea how that feels. You were ripping them in over there. You can tell when a guy is feeling it, right?
Oh, yeah, especially because he's so pale. His leg was like purple, and he wasn't checking it at all, like, especially because we're both kind of like in a wrestler, like, wide stance. I knew he wasn't going to be able to check it effectively. And so even though he didn't check a single dang one of them, like, my foot is so swollen, like, both my feet are swollen. I'm having trouble walking. So it felt pretty good to kind of, like, set the record for most leg kicks landed for a 3-round fight for my division. So it felt pretty cool.
I didn't even know that. I mean, the guy's leg was just like, it looked like raw meat. It was crazy. And so are you ever afraid that, like, when you see guys' legs snap in half and stuff like that from throwing those kicks, is there a way to avoid something like that? Like, how do you specifically throw it a certain way, or just make sure it doesn't get checked? That's the plan?
Most of those happen from like an inside leg kicks. They throw it from the inside from in to out, and it happens like from southpaw to orthodox a lot more because the leg has a lot more space to build velocity. And stuff, and I never throw a kick full speed because I started training right after Anderson Silva snapped his leg in half, so I'm never gonna throw a leg kick 100%. It ain't worth it, like, not even once. So it's mostly like if you commit 100% to a leg kick, it's very hard for them to break your leg. But it's when like the small bones first, or hits the corner of your bone, that's when it could. So.
Interesting. That's very interesting. We got a donation coming on over here. Let's see what this person's saying. This is
wonderful.
From a Kainoto. Let's see what he has.
I'm being an asshole with all my comments, but I like this dude Jordan. I would totally sit down and have a beer with him. On Zoom. This dude is zesty, and sometimes zesty is good.
There you go. They would like to have they like you, it seems like.
Thank you very much. You can get a beer, I'll have a ginger ale.
Yeah, you don't want your teeth falling out of your head, right? Oh, man. Well, Jordan, listen, this has been a real pleasure having you back on the show. I'm a massive fan. Love watching your stuff. Congratulations on the win. And how quick are you looking to get back out there?
I would love to get there early June, but that's seeming less and less likely. I'd love to get three wins in 6 months, but I'm a part of 2 weddings in this summer, so if it doesn't happen early June, it might not be until late August, early September, because I'm a groomsman twice. So, I'm loved so much, it's kind of ruining my fight plan. So we'll see.
Are you giving any speeches, best man?
Oh, I hope so. I give a good speech. I'm pretty good at speeches, so I would love to give one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. We'll see how it goes.
There you go. And your YouTube channel, maybe plug that away over here because I feel like people's got to watch this.
Oh, yeah. If you like, I'm a very avid reader. I'm reading 100 books this year. If you want to follow me for my journey, I think it's Jordan Drew or Jordan Leavitt. I'm not quite sure. But if you use YouTube, Jordan Leavitt Book Review, you can find my channel and we could read some books together.
Very nice. I like that. And are you going to continue with any of the covering your lead-ups to fights again like you did with the last one? Or is that like a one-off?
No, I think I will. Like, I was actually kind of bummed because I planned on reading so much books last week, but between the sickness and the quarantine and just feeling horrible, I mostly was just sleeping all last week and stressing. So I like the vlogging with the fight week. Next time I'm gonna be a little bit more professional, get some pictures, some more videos of me stepping on the scale. It was a lot of fun. I find making videos pretty therapeutic.
There you go. All right, I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future. It's going to be great. Jordan, if there's any last words, now's the time to get them out.
No last words. I'm just glad to be back on Mma-Holes, man. It was fun.
My man, thank you very much for coming on. Can't wait to speak again.
All right, talk to you next time.
There he is, Jordan Leavitt, live on the Mma-Holes. What about that? We had Big Mo, we had Jordan Leavitt, we twerked. Jess, what did you think about my twerking?
I think you need a little work to do, but I think you've slowly got the hang of it, Mom.
I mean, that was really good. I tell you, I could really twerk, Jess. I just something. It's a hidden talent that I bet you didn't know I had.
Yeah.
I can't twerk. It's just not in me. Like, my body does not know how to actually make any of it look remotely like twerking. Like, I tried.
Well, you got the back arch down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta
It's disappointing.
You gotta keep your back arched while you lean forward. I think that's the part that you're having some difficulty
As a
with.
young man, I've always wanted to twerk, and here I am in my extent. Maybe I'm just too old to twerk. I don't know. It's probably an age cutoff for twerking, you know?
Yeah, probably.
What'd you think about Jordan?
Wonderful guy.
He's great, right?
Yeah, awesome to be able to be part of the interview this time.
Yeah, super cool dude.
I'm always
man.
on baby duty now, so.
I tell you what, man, like, getting to know these guys on this level, you know, like getting deep into like their backstory, their family life, you know, how they think, what goes through their mind in fights. I thought actually the most interesting stuff was when he was kind of breaking down what was going on within the fight, what he thinks with the rule sets and stuff like that. I like hearing what these guys say, you know, about scoring and all that stuff. So it's interesting. Anyway, how you doing in the chat? What's going on out there? I miss you guys.
Dude Chronic says, not to be racist, but you are white. Canada says, Moss,
it's racist.
Why didn't you hit a sound effect button? Gaylord.
I keep on missing it. I guess I'm hitting it at the wrong time. I don't know.
Music helps, Moss. Is that one Gur?
Yeah, maybe.
Sober Carl says, show Moss how it's done. Nah, not happening.
By the way, go check out Maury Spears' video. I've actually found it through Jordan's Instagram. It's friggin' hilarious. It's hilarious. But I'm not going to play it because I want you guys to go to his YouTube channel, Maurice Spears, who's coming on next week. It's actually funny. He was coming on next week regardless, and then he dropped this with the Monkey King. It's really fucking funny. So Jordan Leavitt put it out there, and good on him for sharing that. Go follow the Monkey King. It's Monkey King _UFC. That's his IG over there, and you can see more of his antics and stuff like that. But definitely a fan of the guy. He just doesn't give a fuck. I kind of like the fact that he just doesn't give a shit. You know,
yeah.
Like he's just whatever, goes with the flow. I think more fighters should be like that. He doesn't even have to talk shit. You know, people want to watch it because what the hell is he gonna do after the fight? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do this again. Look at this, Jess. What's going on?
I mean, how could you not love the guy for that? Right?
Yeah, I picture when he said that his stepfather's like a manly man.
Yeah.
Like I pictured that. That's gonna be hilarious seeing the dynamic because Jordan's like this flamboyant, crazy dude, but like I'm sure he's constantly disappointed his father over and over again. But then gets into the UFC, and now Dad's like, "Oh shit, well, I guess I should have rolled with the flow," you know?
Yeah.
All right. So we got some news to get into. Actually, we got phone lines. How about we open those phone lines?
Heck yeah, man.
What do you say?
Do it.
Let's talk to the people. So on the Discord, the MMAholes.com, you can find our Discord. Also in our description down below. Right? There's a link to the Discord down there?
Oh, yes, there is.
So if you want to get into our Discord, you can call us up, find our little icon, hit the little telephone thing, and we'll chat away. But I'm going to take some calls. If that goes dry, then we'll talk about some news. The fight card itself, actually, you know what? Yeah, Young Flex is coming on next week. Devin Clark is coming on. Actually, no, Young Flex is coming on Wednesday, and Devin Clark is coming on as well. So we'll have Devin come back on, talk about his first ever UFC knockout. I tell you what, making friends on the show kind of works, you know? Kind of works because when they fight, they get their victories. They come on here and they just talk about it. I mean, ARIEL Schmariel. You know, ARIEL, he took off today. I don't know what happened.
Come on, ARIEL.
What the fuck's wrong with you? All right, what was I looking for? The fight card here. I'm gonna do a loose. I'm gonna be honest. Like there were situations on this card. It was a 14 fight card. I almost won the goat milk. I almost pulled that off. But damn, Silverback had to spoil my plan. Let's just go through this quick, and then we'll open up the phone lines. We'll do patrons first, and then we'll roll into the regular Discord. You got the knockout for Alatang. We didn't go live for it, but it was a quickie. got the job done there. Sam Hughes, had the majority decision over there. Jordan Leavitt, who's on the show, split decision, close fight, but squeezed it out, got the job done. Found it funny, the story of James Krause coming up to him after the fight and kind of saying that he lost, which is kind of a douche, kind of a douchey thing to do, but whatever. Martin Bidet gets the technical decision, weird stuff with Chris Barnett. We spoke about that with Jordan. These bizarre, is it a DQ? Is it a technical decision? Like, it just feels like something's got to be done where we could make it more consistent. But Chris Barnett couldn't get it out in the fight. He did get hit illegally, but Bidet was winning, so he got the win. Garcia with a really impressive submission over here, round 2 over Ronson. Garcia getting me some more money as well. Another underdog that I just cashed in the day of the fight. Loved it. Drakkar Klose bounced back from getting shoved with a nice knockout in the second round on Jenkins. Drakkar looks savage on that. Penny Kianzad getting the unanimous decision. Penny Kianzad, she kind of got battered if you look at the end of that fight, but it was they got it correct. She got the unanimous decision. Devin Clark fights our friend William Knight, who I messaged both of these guys. Great guys over here. Devin Clark's got to be on top of the world. He's been wanting to get his first ever UFC knockout. Finally gets it on his final fight of his contract, so we'll find out. Let's hope that he got his extension. William is taking it beautifully. He doesn't give a fuck. He took 2 fights on short notice, for God's sakes. So William's going to be back. I have a feeling the UFC is going to extend his contract. And fun fact, I saw on the MMA on the Rocks guy, I tuned in. He was on Easter, and I tuned in for like a 2 seconds before we had family come over. And the time I tuned in was at the perfect time because he was talking about William Knight, and apparently I don't really live on Sherdog. That's not my wheelhouse. I don't do Sherdog. I know it's been around forever. I like Tapology. I couldn't give 2 fucks about Sherdog. But apparently, if you look at the top searched or spoken about fighter on Sherdog, it's William Knight.
Is it really?
Yeah. Like, he's the guy because he's like a freak.
What do you mean he's like a freak?
He's like the Hulk, like he's just this big burly. Actually, he's not even tall. He's like, an average sized height guy. But when it comes to his physique, the guy's like, he's an Adonis. He's bigger than an Adonis. Yeah. He's a god. He's like I don't know. What do you call him? A Titan, for God's sakes.
A Titan.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting. William will be back. If the UFC doesn't extend his contract, it'd be silly. Just because of, the gimmick. Really, just being completely serious. Lizez gets the unanimous decision over Lusa. Lusa coming in from XMMA did not work out for him. Pat Sabatini gets the decision over TJ Laramie. Jess, you have anything on that? That's the one you saw.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent fight. I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people were picking Sabatini for the win, and obviously, he got the win. But I thought TJ Laramie kind of showed up in the first, 1 and 2 rounds, I believe it was. He did better than a lot of us expected him to do. So it was actually kind of worth the watch. To me, at least. It was a good fight.
Okay. Mayra Bueno Silva gets unanimous decision over Wu. They got that one right, and congratulations to Silva. She was a little emotional. Andre Fiallo gets his first UFC win over Miguel Baeza. Miguel Baeza going 3 in a row at L's. El Baeza. Let's go. I'm kidding. The guy's actually fire, man. The guy's a tough dude, fun guy to watch. I like how he goes for the finish and everything, but he got taken out by Fiallo. And by the way, Fiallo was one of my underdogs that hit as well, so good job on Fiallo. Another technical decision over here as a knee hit the eye socket of Godzi, but Barallo was winning the entire fight. So, you know what? It is what it is. Barallo, if that thing went to a decision, Barallo would have got the job done. And it's real interesting as Belal Muhammad gets the win over Vicente Luque. So they get the rematch. Belal gets redemption. He's calling out Colby hard. Love that. But he is catching a lot of heat. And he caught a little heat from Jordan being a quote-unquote boring fighter. A lot of people are just saying Belal is a snooze fest. So what do you think about this, Jesse? Of people kind of shitting on Mr. Belal when it comes to the excitement of his fights?
I did not enjoy his fight one bit.
Okay.
I gotta be honest. Like, I could go do a million other things besides watch Belal Muhammad fight.
Okay. Well, listen, this guy is fighting in a way to just advance himself in the rankings, and I get what he is doing, but yes, when it comes down to it, we want to see some fun stuff in there. And if you have a boring fight here, like Kamaru Usman, for instance, had his duds here and there on his way up, but he's redeemed himself tremendously. you know, in some of those fights on the lead up and as a champion as well. Kamaru has clearly redeemed himself. When I see Belal, I don't know, where is the redemption going to come, or is Belal just going to fucking be Belal? I don't know. You know? Do you think he could redeem him? He might. I mean,
no.
Okay.
No.
Jesse says no. 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 No.
Wonderful.
Okay, I see 2 joints coming in over here, but let's get patrons first. If there's no patrons, then fuck it. We'll go 2 joints first on the call. We gotta get Silverback he wants a, what did he want? He wants a Mma-Holes bottle. Okay, so Silverback orangutan. We got his information. So if you could put that, just a note to yourself on that.
For what?
For Silverback, to get him his
Okay.
He's got his information in Discord. Okay. All right. I don't see patrons coming in on this, so let's just go to the joints. Let's go to the joints. Let's give the joints a ring. Stay on. If you're calling in on the Discord, make sure you keep on ringing away. We'll take everyone that calls in. 2 joints. You there, buddy? 2 joints. You in the building?
Chris, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm 100%. Hey, the little soiree of pictures you had on Facebook was super, super awesome, man. That was so cool. Watching Ellie walk out like that, I've never seen her like put together all those steps, man. It's like she's already 2 or 3 already. Like, it was just super cool to see. Like, she's not even 1 yet, bro.
Yeah, she's moving. She's definitely moving and shaking.
And then to see the little set in the backyard there, I don't know if that was Monica in the rabbit outfit, but she came out with the fucking bubble gun cannon and brought it right up to Ellie, and Ellie was just like, "What are you doing?" It was super cute. I know she didn't do it on purpose, but I'm sure Ellie was focused on the 5'7" fucking stuffed animal coming at her with this thing shooting bubbles. So I just thought it was super cute.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, a little family thing on old Facebook over there. Not many Mma-Holes are actually on Facebook, so most people probably have no idea what you're talking about. But I got you, man.
Well, I know it's a little creepy, but really it's a public thing. I mean, you're
a little creepy, but
everybody else talks about fights, so I figured, I'll bring in a little family segment here. So
thank you.
That's awesome. Did you guys have a big dinner with Papa J and Lady C and all them?
We had a nice dinner together. We did. Yes. How was your Easter?
I mean, I just kind of laid back. I moved back to my RV now, so it's back to the lifestyle for the next 9 months until it gets cold again. So, but It's totally cool. Like, I mean, it's all good. So, I mean, actually one of the neighbors dropped off some leftovers, some ham and scalloped potatoes and some other stuff. So it was okay. I mean, the fights were really wild, man. There was just some of those fights I still can't figure out. Like Paparello and the Russian guy. Like, I thought it's either really clear, like it's either a no contest or it's just a DQ, but they really changed things around there. I found that to be fascinating. You know what I mean? It took forever too. That was probably one of the longest decision they had to make in a while. I mean, you have to be honest about that. So
yeah, it was weird. 2-on-1 card, like Jordan was saying. Like it's kind of bizarre, and now like we don't like. I feel like we don't even know what the hell the rules are now. It just is all down to the ref.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. And Jordan's a hell of a guy, man. I mean, once in a while, Moss, you do get the odd dud on here, but most of the times, like, Jordan's a super cool guy. And you know, those guys calling him gay, they can just go fuck themselves, because the guy's a father. He's really sick. He took the time to come on our show, and, you know, as usual, it was like nothing happened. You can tell how sick he was. He's still super kind of skim milk looking color. So I'll give the guy credit. You know, he's sick, and I just want to kind of stick up from all those fuckheads that say he's gay, because that's not right, man. He's a fucking family man, and I'd be like, if somebody called you gay, Moss, I'd say, well, you know, Moss did dress up as gay H for one time a couple of years ago, but he's a man's man, and don't talk shit about my bro. So that's where that would end up. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you know what it is too. Like, I mean, it doesn't even matter if he's gay. Like, I honestly, like, who even gives a shit? Like, I thought he was gay in the beginning. He came out as not gay, and then regardless, it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. I mean, the guy's been in the UFC for like now 5 fights.
I mean,
and we were out of here. Yeah, your Wi-Fi is all mangled, man.
Okay, all right. Can you still hear me, Chris? Or
yeah, it's like it's just cutting in and out. So, and maybe just give some last thoughts
All
to
right,
the peeps.
Okay, well, I just want to hope you and Jesse are doing tremendous. I know Jesse never wants to say anything to Canada. She's still a super awesome wife and probably the best co-host in the MMA game. So I just want to wish you guys the best, Chris, and I'll let somebody else go on the line here. So.
Okay, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. That's 2 joints coming in. Look at that. 2 joints. Yeah, we gotta do something about that Wi-Fi. But hey, you know what? We kind of caught what he was saying, right? We got the gist of it. What else we got over here? Oh, here we go. We got the Knitter coming in. Let's go, Knitter. How you doing, Knitter?
Hello, Chris. Hello, Jesse.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Nothing much, just another Monday show.
Having fun with the great interviews you did tonight. Those
Thank
were great.
you. Appreciate that, Ann. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to really go hard with interviews. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. What am I talking about? Sonosi dropped a fucking $1,000. So 3-hour shows on Mondays. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go balls to the wall with content. Let's just bring people on and really give it an effort. Jess?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, Mma-Holes take over the world.
That's right, baby. Taking it over. One fook at a time. That's right.
You guys had a fun Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Pictures on Facebook and everything. Elle is so doggone adorable. I just eat her up.
Thank you.
It's just wonderful. It's great how much she's growing, walking and doing all that. You'd think she's 2 or 3, like 2 joints said.
Yeah, it's wild how of course they grow quick, but it's crazy how the Easter Bunny came hopping out and Ellie was just cool with it. She was just like, yeah, that's cool. I thought she'd be crying her eyes out, but she was good.
Yeah, like most kids. Probably like I did, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna start crying. Actually, the Easter Bunny was gonna start crying because they were just sweating her eyes out.
Hunts in the small city and the park, whatever, and yeah, kids would steal your eggs and beat you up and knock you over.
That's right.
I'd be sitting there crying. 7 years old.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Terrible. But Nellie, man, she would just oh, yeah, you're dead. You're on the ground. Too bad.
Yeah, Ellie she don't play games. Right? She's old business.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, the fights were good. They weren't bad for that card. We were iffy on it, but it was kind of a weird night, like you said. I think because the full moon thing, a lot of controversial calls, kind of with knees and eye pokes and all that kind of stuff. Kind of weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre because I left that event in a pretty good mood, even though it wasn't the best fight night ever, and the main event kind of was a sleeper with Belal and everything. But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the card overall. I was entertained for the most part.
Yeah, I was entertained. Well, yeah, I think Jesse's right. He's kind of boring to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see her. I hear what you're saying for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Every time I see him fight, he's just not. I didn't say he wasn't good. I just said he's just not. I don't think he's not exciting. He did what he had to do to win on this, but whatever. Of course, I was for the other guy, but whatever. I don't know. It is what it is.
What do you think about Belal versus Colby? It seems like I have a feeling that's a lock. They're going to put that thing together.
Yeah, but how Colby's saying the stuff he's been saying about who. So Khamzat, he's saying Khamzat and all that kind of stuff on Twitter, and I'm sure you saw that or whatever, one of the social medias.
Yeah, he's kind of dismissing. He's dismissing him. But I did notice Kamaru Usman, very interesting. Let me see if I could find the quote. Kamaru was actually giving him praise and advice, and he also said that he earned his stripes beating Gilbert Burns. So the 2 things jumped into my mind. I was saying, okay, maybe Kamaru sees that Khamzat is beatable, 1, or 2, maybe he's just being mature and saying, you know what? Gotta give the guy the credit. He beat Burns fair and square. Maybe he does deserve a shot.
Yeah. Like you said, they might be bringing him up too fast, but like you said, he fought the number 2 guy, and I mean, dang, I mean, he looked really good. He won. I mean, he did not. That was a I think that was a big test for him, and it's not like he was fighting someone that was way below, you know, the rankings. And it's like, if they do, well, maybe they do think it's too fast, but hey, if he takes it, he takes it. If Colby doesn't, then fights Belal, oh well. I'm sure at some point they're going to fight. They're going to have to. I would love to see that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and did you see what Will Harris posted on Twitter? I'm going to do a little close-up cam over here. Will Harris put, let's see if I can put this on over here. This is on Anatomy of a Fighter. Shout out to Will. Where the video of Darren Till and Khamzat running to a gentleman, Mr. Buckley, that we know with his highlight reel knockout. Did you get a chance to see that video yet, Ann?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm gonna play it really quick over here, and well, you'll get the audio. But it's Darren Till, it's Khamzat Chimaev, the brothers, and then Joaquin Buckley comes up and he goes towards Khamzat first, and well, basically says, "Well, you're a welterweight, you're not in this conversation," and then focuses on Darren Till. So you'll hear the audio to this.
Get a fight, bro. It's been a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? He at 170 right now. You know, I can't worry about him. But you, though, I need you. You know what I'm saying? No, for real, don't say it, though. You on camera. You record, you better be recorded.
You want to fight in July?
July? Let's fight in July.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. London?
Yeah, London.
Don't say that.
You're going to be ready?
I'm being ready.
Okay.
Let's get money. Let's get money, bro. All right.
Who is that guy?
So at the end, so the whole time, Khamzat Chimaev is just sizing him up. Like, Khamzat looks like he's just going to fuck him up, right? He's just staring at, he's looking him up and down. And Darren Till is just entertaining it. And then Khamzat leans over and says, "Who is that guy?" And Darren just goes, "I don't know." I don't know. That's what he says.
All right. Who is that guy?
Who is that guy? Oh God, I fucking laughed out loud when I saw that earlier today. So fucking, I'm curious if they were just messing with them or they truly had no idea who Joaquin Buckley was. I think Darren knew.
Funny.
Jess, what do you think about that?
Like, you're out, I don't know, you're out and all of a sudden someone comes out and says that to you and you're like, and you really don't know who it is, you know? You're like going along with it. Okay, yeah, I'm taking it pretty good. Who's that? I don't know.
Just did him dirty. I have a feeling Darren knew, and then he knew the camera was on him. And he's like, I don't know, and just started laughing. I think he was fucking with them a little bit here. I mean, the guy had like one of the craziest knockouts in UFC history. But Khamzat Chimaev, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't know who he was, you know. But it's so funny, man. So it's such a funny scenario.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, so shout out to Will Harris for that.
Yeah, I don't know sometimes. It's just weird how sometimes, like you said, it's just, you never know who you're going to run into when you're a professional fighter or a Hollywood person, you know. They don't know everybody. I don't think everybody knows everybody, but, you know, who knows? I mean, I don't think I know every UFC fighter, especially the ones down the lower ranks, you know. I wouldn't know who they were, you know. Like some of these people are on this card. It's like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of guys coming off the Contender Series, barely anything, you know, no information on them that we've gotten, unless you're watching them on the regional scene. But how the hell could you watch every regional fight? Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you'd always have to be, that would have to be everything. I would just love, just to sit around, watch fights all the time and do that and everything with Twitter and do nothing like, do the behind scenes stuff. Yeah, I would love to do that, but can't do that in real life. Yeah, unfortunately.
I like
that would be my dream thing, just to be able to do that kind of stuff, to go watch fights and do what you guys are doing. But hey, that'll never happen. But that's okay.
Listen, never say never.
I live my dream to you guys, so I'm watching you guys and what you're doing and the UFC stuff. So maybe I'll make it to a UFC fight. Who knows? Maybe one day.
We had someone, a former community member, reach out to us again today. Like, I mean, trying to do their own thing. It's, you know, I say go for it. You know, like, if you're itching and you got a lot to say, a lot on your mind, I say start a channel and have some fun with it. Like, I feel like there's so many people on the internet that, you know, no matter what age you are.
There's too many.
It's a lot of work. That's the only thing. You know.
Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah.
It's said like friends want me to watch theirs and so on. So I'm like, I can't watch everybody's. I'm sorry. I pick a few and that's it. You know, I stick with the.
That's the problem. Yeah, I think a lot of people. There's so many people doing it, so it's discouraging, and a lot of people are doing the same fucking thing. Like everyone is just copying each other. Yo, check out my podcast. All right, yeah, sure. Check it out. It's the same shit as the other Joe Schmo. Like it's just like fucking stupid. Like it's the boxes with the fucking StreamYards, and it's like, guys, can we do something here? Can you give me something else? Work with me, kids. You know? But some people have personalities that can, you know, take over, and you don't need all that pizzazz.
Like it's kind of hard because, like you said, there's so many out there, and coming up with something different. No, they'll get a few views, but I think the ones that have been around for a while, like you guys, and you know, all of you guys, especially you guys, got the up there where people at least know you and heard of you. At least on my Twitter feed, a lot of people talk about you. So hopefully they're watching you.
Yeah, I appreciate you shouting us out.
So.
You're the queen of.
Some of the little, I don't know what you call it on Twitter. The little, what do you call it? Chat thing. Special, get onto their show, whatever, and kind of talk with just so many people in there. I forgot what you call it. It's kind of new on Twitter. I've done it a couple of times. I've mostly listened. Yeah, and I've got on there and kind of talked a little bit with the guys. It's always guys. It's
Trying
always
to get in your
men.
pants?
Yeah, and they have heard of you guys. You know, a lot of them have, so that's good.
Yeah, listen, I don't care if they watch, they don't watch, as long as they know who we are. That's all I care about, because I'm a narcissist. I just want them to know remember the name, like Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad doesn't care if he's boring or exciting. They just want him to remember the name. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, remember the Mma-Holes.
That's
always.
Right. It's cool.
Hey,
you know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, you know, we could do nothing. Like, we could plateau right here at 60,000. And you know, say everything falls apart, the wheels fall off, we have to go back to the normal world again. I could always look back and say, we actually were mingling with professional athletes. Like, it's fucking cool, man. Like, it's just cool that we get to hang out with these guys, and then the community kind of gets to know these people and intertwines with them. And you know, I feel like it's like a whole thing. Like us as the Mma-Holes. When they say, oh, it's a pleasure to be on the Mma-Holes, can't wait to be back, like, it's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all of us. It's fucking cool, you know? Yeah. A lot of these shows name it after themselves. You know, the Jack Cunt Face show, where it's just like alienating the entire community, you know?
Well, yeah, you see some of them, or you've seen them like on somebody else's show, and I was like, okay. They weren't too exciting on that show. It's kind of boring. It's
the same shit every stream. It's
you
crazy.
guys make it fun, and we make it fun for them, and so on. And yeah, hey guys, I had a funny version to the PP song.
Oh, okay,
let's hear it.
I would love to hear it.
I'm not going to sing it, but I'll say it. It's for the 7%ers.
Okay, let's go. Let's belt it out. You want me to put some echo on, or you want me a little effect on your voice?
Sure you can.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. Should be it. All right, Ann?
Okay. She's got a hairy pussy down there, and I don't like what I see. Hairy pussy, hairy pussy.
I feel like I should twerk to this. Is there more?
That's the song. I mostly just remember the PP. I'm sorry. I can't sing. No, you can sing it.
That was good. No, that was actually really good. We might have to change the song. I like how the dog, as soon as you started singing, the dog started singing along.
Yeah. Shh, dogs. Shh. Here, Lane. My poor 6-month-old puppy's attacking my 13-year-old.
You got to be careful, and there's scissors underneath the video that people can immediately clip these things. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, but I think that it's funny. I'm trying to be funny. Hey, I can't top you guys, but I got to be funny sometimes. What can I say?
It's true.
I like the hairy part. That was my favorite part. Well, Ann, listen, I mean, you always outdo yourself. I appreciate you calling in, and thank you for stopping by.
I love you guys. Love the Mma-Holes. You guys are great.
Love you,
Always
Ann.
support you guys. Love you.
The Knitter. Thank you. Ann H. Look at that. The Knitter.
What a wonderful human being.
If you'd like to call the show, give us a ring. It's late on a Monday night. We had Jordan Leavitt. We had Big Mo on the stream. We're just hanging out, having some fun. We got news stories we could talk about as well. But let's get your voice heard. Jump on our Discord, give us a ring, and let's go. If you're having a problem calling the show, you can jump into the Discord chat, and we can call you if you'd like. But let's move into... Oh, we got another call over here. Here we go. Here's Drunk Savage. Drunk Savage, how you doing, buddy?
Yo.
What's going on, Mr. Savage?
Not much. That's all. Shout out to Devin Clark for that fucking nice fucking KO this weekend.
Oh,
Awesome
yeah.
shit. Fuck that. I picked him to win, but I thought it was gonna be decision.
Devin gets his first knockout in the UFC, and I had to immediately swing into the DMs and get him back on, man. That's a big one.
Yeah, so I guess Superman really can beat the Hulk.
Yeah. We'll make sure
to bring that up.
Yeah, when William comes back on, we'll dabble down that road.
Yo, damn, he got fucking big. Fucking 250?
Yeah, that's what my father was saying. My father's like, he's too big. What is he doing?
Fuck, dude. He been hitting up them buffets with fucking 2 joints.
Oh, boom, roasted. Jesse, boom.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's what we should do for now on. We should have people test out material when they call on the show.
Oh yeah, and then like rate it.
Everyone should start their phone call with a joke. Like we want like a little, either it's a roast of the chat, the host, whatever.
I like that idea.
Right, a fighter. You know, what do you think, Drunk?
Yeah, let's go for it.
2 Joints has done it before. Now we have you doing it. Who knows? You know, maybe we get some good comedy on the show.
I think Kanoda one had a few White Claws with Bo Jordan. He would take some.
I think tonight we turned Kainoto gay. I think Jordan Leavitt might have turned Kainoto to the other side.
Yep.
I think I turned a little gay, Jesse. You know, like...
Oh, I thought you were always a little gay.
That's true. I do have a little feminine side inside. I mean, that inner twerk had to come out tonight. You know?
Unfortunately, you don't got the booty to twerk properly.
Oh, my booty's nice. Jess, you know how my booty works.
It is. It's a very grabbable, luscious booty.
I get a beautiful ass, but I get very thin legs. But then I would make a great chick. I really would.
You think so?
I would. Well, my bottom half.
Yeah.
Including my penis, because it looks like a vagina as
But
is.
you don't think your top half?
No, my top half is all over the place.
But I mean, you got a nice.
I got good tits.
Yeah, you got a nice physique.
Got good tits and a good ass. I do. Thin arms, thin legs. Just shave the hair off in the beard, and I'm hot. Yeah. Drunk, am I turning you on right now?
Picturing you for nice pair of luscious hooters.
Yeah. Although, yeah, me with a wig is not very attractive. My face is not. It's not quite the. It doesn't have that. It doesn't work. You know. It's a real
we've seen
disappointing.
him with as KBH.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Well, I told the story on air when I had long hair, and the reason why I cut it was because I was at like a PC Richards in my flannel shirt back in the day with the long hair. I was bent over looking at like a TV on a lower shelf, and the salesman comes over, taps me on the back, and says, "Excuse me, miss, you need some help?"
That's pretty funny.
I cut the hair right off. I literally went home, and I'm like, I am lopping this thing off. That's it, I'm done. I had a beard. I turned around with a goatee, excuse me. I turned around with a goatee. It's like, ugh. So, that happened.
Tell that story to your father. He's like, see, I fucking told you.
Yeah, my dad loved my long hair, for sure. Yeah. But,
yeah, back to the fights. So, fucking, goddamn Belal won. We have to put up with him now. Fucking keep going. I want fucking Luke to knock his ass out.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Drunk. What the hell, man?
Come on,
why am I
Mouse.
getting sleepy? That's the first time I actually yawned into the mic. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I wanted Luke to win this fight as well. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm being a little hard on Belal, but then the whole internet's doing it, so maybe I might as well just keep going. Yeah, I was bored. I mean, he did land 5 takedowns. Here's the thing. I did say it the night of. The game plan worked perfectly for Belal. It really did. Luke had nothing for him.
But what did you enjoy it?
Well, he got in, struck, got out, circled, did it over and over and over again, landed a couple of takedowns. You know, I mean, listen, it's not fun, but
You didn't enjoy it, Moss.
I didn't enjoy it. No, But it's part of the game. You look at the significant strikes. Luque with the 84 over the 60 of Muhammad. I mean, Luque was looking to finish it. Belal was just like, hey, well, Belal was going for a choke here and there.
I mean, it was not worth the watch. Definitely not something I would go back and watch.
No, not at all. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I've seen worse fights. I mean, it wasn't so fucking terrible, but like Joe said, not going back and rewatching that one.
Well, you know what? The Aljo Yan 2 fight to me was worse.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I would actually. I don't want to watch this fight back. Don't get me wrong, but if the two were there, I would probably watch this one back.
There was a little more excitement to the Aljo Yan fight because of what had happened.
The story, that's about it. The fight itself.
There was no story for, you know, this one.
No. Well, the story was redemption for Muhammad. You know, he got smoked in the first attempt. You know, I guess
That's not really a story.
Well,
Like
yeah.
nobody cares about it, honestly.
But if you just look at both fights as is,
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. The Jan Sterling fight, the second fight, I was legit bored out of my mind. Especially the 2 rounds when Aljo was on the back. Like I was just like, oh my god. You know, but it is what it is. It's all good. You know, we move on. We move on. We move into another electrifying. Actually, well, at least you know these girls are they're gonna look to swing. But we have a female main event, Jesse, in the next one. I know how you're very hard on the ladies. But we do have Jessica Andrade, who is technically, you know, she's Jessica Andrade is more manly than Jordan Leavitt. Let's be serious, right? I mean, I don't think he would argue that. You know? So, Jessica Andrade versus Amanda Lemos. Strunk, what do you think about that main event?
I plan to be properly drunk by the time main event, so whatever.
Yeah, and Tanner Bozer, I think, is off the card. So I guess Guida versus Pulis is going to be
tweet out he's injured.
Yeah. Well, you do have Venata, who's fun. Oh, Macy Barber's back. Crazy Macy. I didn't even look at this thing.
I love Macy Barber.
Yeah, she got crazy eyes. Crazy eyes Macy. Jordan Wright, didn't he get cut? Wait, what the fuck? I thought, wait a second. No joke, Jordan Wright was cut from the UFC. What happened here? He's back?
Beverly Hills Ninja?
Yeah. He's fucking back.
What?
Yeah, well, the UFC, that fucking Twitter account, that's usually on the money. Maybe he got let go and then they need him to step in. I don't know. Him versus Barry Oop. It's not bad. Anyway, I don't know. I'm actually seeing this card for the first time right now. What else you got going on?
Eyes. Why have I never really noticed Belal Muhammad's fucking crazy eyes? I mean, it's like one's normal and the other one's all fucking high on cocaine and shit.
Yeah, it's creepy. It really is, man. The dude was going, I don't know, his eyes were all over the place. Well, you know what? If I'm looking at the poster now, and it's crazy in the poster too, with he's staring at Luque, even though he probably wasn't looking at him at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. When did that happen? Maybe it's a Bisping thing. Maybe he only has one eye. You think Luque, how about this? It'd be something else. Bilal's career's over, and then we come to find out that when he fought Luque and got fucking killed in the first fight, he lost his eye. Maybe Belal has one eye.
Maybe he does, and he's just not telling everyone.
Yeah, what do you think, Drunk?
Because
I don't know.
it's illegal to have one eye.
Middle Eastern people do have some fucking crazy ass eyes.
Yeah, maybe he stepped on like a fucking landmine or something. And his fucking, you know what I'm saying, Jess?
Yeah.
He was riding. Stop. Let me stop while I'm ahead. He does have pretty crazy eyes, though. I'm with you on that. Luque looks a little like Jesse's brother.
Really?
Yeah, I see him.
You'd say everyone looks like my brother, though.
Your brother has a very unique face. Like not a unique face.
If it was so unique, then not everyone would look like
No,
him.
yeah, I said it's the wrong.
A very common face?
Yeah, there's something. Because he's got like a kind of chiseled face, you know? Luke, kind of dark-haired, chiseled face. I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about? Drunk, what am I doing?
I don't know, Moss.
I have no idea.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, the fucking DQs. I mean, that's how they should do it. When there's like an illegal strike or something, they should just go to fucking scorecards. Unless it's like first round or something. And that's how the fucking title fight with Aljo and Yan should have went the first time. They should have just went to the goddamn scorecards.
Yeah, why did they do it twice on Saturday? And then Yan, which is a title fight, they're like, let's give the losing guy the belt. Like, I guess because they said he threw it on purpose. But I look at Yan's knee, and then I'll look at, was it Barallo's knee? Yeah, he was the one that put the knee into the Russian. I mean, That knee was right on the eye socket. The guy was clearly down. You know, I'm not saying he did it with intention to injure. Excuse me.
Engine.
What's that?
If your legs are fucking pointing straight up, the fucking one hand on the ground shouldn't fucking matter. If your knees are bent, okay, then it should be illegal. But if your legs are pointing straight up, no, it shouldn't be illegal.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, because is it fingertips? Is it knuckles? Is it your fucking cock? Like, well, like anything can ground you. It's like, I don't know. It's so weird. I think grounded altogether. Honestly, we got to stop it. You just don't put yourself in that position. You're gonna get smoked. You know.
These motherfuckers went out last in Pride back in the day. Fucking Mark Kerr and Coleman. Those fucking knees to the head. Those motherfuckers were brutal as hell.
Mm-hmm. If people weren't, like, you know, human beings are smart. They always find ways around things, and they try to abuse the system. And when people are like taking knees on purpose, putting their hand down on purpose, just to kind of slow things down or know that they won't take a critical strike because they're grounded, you know, like once you start seeing stuff like that, you got to go back to the old rules, man. You got to say, okay, we got to take this away because people are abusing the system. People will stop doing that. You know, you are not grounding yourself.
Well, I don't think people would stop, but it would definitely.
Oh yeah,
like,
you would stop because you're not putting your hand down when you know you're gonna be covering your damn face.
Well, there would be like a new set of teaching in MMA. Then, you know, like people would still do it, but they would know how to defend themselves better.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't know. I feel like the grounded thing. I think enough's enough. I understand they're trying to protect the fighters. I get that, but you got shins to the side of the head, elbows, knees. You got crazy stuff going on in those fights. People are getting hurt. You know, a grounded opponent is not going to make much of a difference, in my opinion. I feel like you're going to get hurt either way.
So you're just saying take it out for the more exciting fight.
I say because people are abusing the system. Yeah. And you're getting less.
We don't see it abused very often. Like
we saw it last Saturday.
Yeah, but that was one time. When's the last time you saw it abused like that?
I see it all the time. People putting their hand down on the mat and saying, "No, you can't hit my head now. Let me ground myself and cover my body." How many times do you see that? You can't hit my head, so I'm just gonna cover up my ribs.
But even Jordan Leavitt said it. He said even though you're grounded, it's still in your head that you may get kneed in the face. So.
Oh yeah, it's in your head but still. They're going to protect their body, and they're going to brace themselves. Like he said, they're bracing.
So you're willingly going down knowing full well there's a chance you're going to get kneed in the head.
He said you're bracing yourself because you can't cover your head and your body. So the technique is this. If you're in a situation where you're in a fucked up spot against the fence, put your hand down on the mat, right, and cover your body. They can't knee in the head.
Yeah.
You know? They can punch you in the head, but they can't knee in your head. So at least you know you're not catching the knee. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fighter. Maybe I'm just a greedy fan that just wants more action or wants people to stop abusing the system. I don't know. Or maybe doesn't want to see DQs or fights going to like these weird decisions because
the weird decisions are
there's just too many negatives.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I don't know.
But then again, we're not fighters, so like, who are we to make that judgment on whether or not it should or should not be legal?
I'm fighting for the right.
The commission, they are in charge of this for a reason, you know?
Well, look at Barnett, right? That's his name, right? Barnett? The funky guy? Yeah, Chris Barnett. That fight there, I mean, it seemed clear as day. Now, I would love to have him on the show to talk about this. I'm sure, I don't know if we'll get the truth. But it did seem like he was trying to talk to his corner and stuff like that and say, okay, hey, listen, if I stay hurt here, I might get the Aljo benefit. You know, and then they said, well, no, that's not the case. Bide's going to win. You saw Chris Barnett arguing with the ref afterwards. So it was basically like, oh, shit, I fucked up. I should say I'm fine so we can continue, you know? So Chris Barnett, to me now, I don't know if it's true. It's just what I was visually seeing. It did seem like he was trying to work the system there.
Yeah.
You know? That's just what I saw on TV. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I caught. Very Aljo-esque, you know? Let's stop this. Put an end to it. Immediately.
Well, hopefully now we'll be putting an end to. Now they're going to fucking scorecards.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true, right? If they do that more often, then fighters gonna be like, okay, there's no other option here. You know, am I good or am I not good? You know, it's weird. It's a weird situation, but it's got to be fixed. Something's got to be done. Enough's enough, drunk. I put my foot down.
He put his foot down.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else?
All right. No, I think that's about it. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Easter.
Thank you, Drunk. Appreciate that. I hope you did as well.
Yeah. All right. Later, Slapnuts.
All right, Drunk Savage. Anyone want to call us up? I could put the phone number in for the hell of it. We just won't get international. No, you don't want it?
I don't care.
Because international, that's why we do Discord, so we can catch people from all over the world. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's I'm gonna open it up so it's easier for you guys. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Google Voice. We're gonna go old school here. We'll go old school because I do want to hear from people. So let's do this. I'm taking the Discord off. Whoop, nope, that's the wrong one. Discord off. And then I'll put the phone right here. The old number is back in play, baby. Back in business. So, if you'd like to call the show that way, give it a go. I hope this thing is... Let's see. Any idea how to change the settings so I can actually...
I've never done...
Fuck. Come on, Google. What you doing,
Moss tired of the regular voices. He likes to change up the show every once in a while.
Yeah, we are getting the same people over and over again. Like, and I like hearing from them. I do. Don't get me wrong, but we might need some fresh blood.
Before that, it's a DQ. Thanks, Ann and Dat One Gur. If it's after 2 5 rounds in the 3-round fight, it goes to a technical decision in the event of an illegal blow if the guy cannot continue. If it's after 2 5 rounds in 2 5 rounds in a 3-round fight. If it's after 2 5 rounds in a 3-round fight, what?
If it's after 2
5 rounds in a 3-round fight. If it's after 2
I don't know what you're
5
saying.
rounds in a 3-round fight.
Calls, incoming calls.
Try to reiterate what you're trying to say, man.
So I'm trying to
do it.
I don't know if this is gonna fucking work.
You got this, Moss.
I know. I always gotta get this. I need you to get this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it goes in on here.
2 to 5.
Real tech.
If it's after 2, I'm so confused now, guys.
Okay.
Help me out. Someone just reiterate the whole fucking sentence for me.
All right, phone line should be good. So if you want to call, the number's right there, 516-522-0267. That's our phone number. We're going to stray from the Discord and see if we can get your calls on that. How about some stories?
I mean, I didn't throw anything in the Discord because I thought we were going to do the interviews and then go straight into calls with the last hour. We're over in 15 minutes.
Oh, it looks like we got one in Discord. You want to take this one over here? Let's see if he's still... Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got over here.
What do we got, Moss?
All right, I see one in Discord. Let's get this one over here. Tim, are you there?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing, man. I'm nothing. I'm dead tired, man. Doctor says I'm too fat to sleep now, so I'm always tired.
You know what's funny? You remind me a little bit of Artie Lang. Have you ever gotten that before?
Without the cocaine.
No.
Not looks.
No,
I'm saying sound.
I haven't done cocaine in like 10 years. I haven't done nearly enough cocaine to be Artie Lang. And you know what? I can still fish. I'm not too fat to fish, at least not quite yet. I'm too fat to sleep though. I am.
You know, speaking of Artie Lang, I was just Lang. Maybe this is why I was thinking about this. I was just watching Dirty Work, which is free on YouTube, with the goat of all goats, Norm Macdonald. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah. It's amazing. I love that movie. Bob Saget directed it.
That's right.
We lost both of those guys, and somehow Artie's still kicking. I have no idea how that's possible.
Crazy. That movie still holds up. I was laughing my ass off before we went live. I was like, damn, I want to watch the rest of this movie.
Yeah, the man made a deal with the devil years ago, and somehow he's invincible. Artie Lang.
Yeah, it's so true, man. It's so true. So what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Nothing. Like I said, I just found out I have sleep apnea, and it's a problem because I can't afford a CPAP, man.
Oh my god. Do you really have sleep? You know, it's funny. I was gonna go for that test.
I do. Like I said, I'm too fat to sleep. Yeah, I just took my test, and they said, yeah, actually, I should have been gotten a machine a long time ago. But like I said, they're on back order, and that I can't afford them. So I'm just trying to get, like, I don't know, a ceiling fan, a garbage bag, some duct tape, and, like a vacuum hose, make my own.
That's some pretty serious shit, like sleep apnea. If you don't catch that in time, that's fucked up stuff. Like with your heart and everything, right?
Yeah, apparently, and
man.
yeah, I've been going to like just every specialist imaginable because in October I was passing out a bunch, so we're trying to figure out what's going on with me. I don't know. I talk about it on our show all the time, and it's like every week I have a new health update, but I'm not dead. So that's good. Not dead. There's gonna be a show tomorrow. Not dead.
You should do the show with the mask on, the sleep apnea mask with the fucking oxygen going into your face.
I would. Eventually, I thought I was going to have to do it from a hospital bed, but so far I've been able to do it all from home, so it's been fun.
Oh, man. That's right. Tim from Bro Plata. Tomorrow night, live on YouTube, correct?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir. 7 tomorrow. I'll be talking about the fights. Ray won't, because Ray didn't watch the fights, because Ray is a cheap, lazy bastard.
Why am I not surprised?
No one's surprised. He's one of the worst human beings on earth. Anyway, I love him, but he's awful. He said, hey, man, I need your ESPN password. I'm like, why? He's like, well, because I can't afford to pay for it right now. I'm like, dude, buy your own subscriptions to shit. Feel like I give people all my passwords. I pay for all my shit. I'm not a leech like Ray. He already has one of my other passwords. And then when he does, like a sociopath would do, and he made it my problem. It's like, well, if you don't give me the password, I'm not going to be able to watch the fights. I'm not going to be able to talk about them. He made it my problem.
Sounds, oh my God. Sounds impossible to work.
I can't stand the guy. What?
Sounds like he's impossible to work with. This is crazy, man. He needs to be fired immediately.
The only reason we do it is because I think half the entertainment value of our show is the fact that I just yell at him. And it's all legitimate. None of it's fake at all. We did a live stream for the pay-per-view, and he came down to my house, and he sat next to me the entire time, and I did a 7-hour show next to Ray. I can't believe we both survived it. I thought for sure one of us was going to stab the other one in the neck with a pen.
And will you be twerking on tomorrow's stream?
I don't know. Maybe for enough donations, I will.
All right, so there you go. There's a little tease.
Yeah, maybe. And we're gonna try. We're still trying to get 100 subs so we can watch my MMA fight.
There you go. Well, yes. Make sure you subscribe to Bro Plata. Get them to 100 so we can check out this fight.
Yeah, I think the best part of the fight is I'm like 100 pounds lighter. I look sexy as hell in that fight. So I feel like that's the best part is look at me 100 pounds ago shirtless. I mean, I was still flabby, but I had a good white trash mustache going and like a old school Justin Bieber haircut. That was good. It was.
Are you wearing a leotard?
What? No.
Why not?
I have fight shorts like a man. No,
Nice.
I don't no more fight shorts. However, the guy who refereed my fight just did a couple UFC fights in Columbus the other day, so that was pretty cool. He went from the Tim Danko fight to the Askarov-Kaya France fight, which, I mean, that's basically the same thing, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, why not,
Skill
right?
level-wise. Yeah, skill level-wise. And my left leg now weighs more than both of those guys combined, but still.
Yeah, it's still cool, man, to see these guys. They'll be doing a main event, the UFC pay-per-view cards, like all these eyes on it, and then like the next weekend, they're in this like alley somewhere doing this regional fight. Dude, it's crazy.
They're in a bingo hall in Akron, Ohio, doing 2 guys off the couch.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's so nuts. Herb Dean was not too long ago doing that. It's just crazy. You would think
Yeah,
they would
they
hit
all
it.
do
You would think they would hit a level where it's like, I only do UFC events. It's like that's it, you know. But no, it's not the case.
Yeah, I guess not, man. You know what? I know guys who umpire college baseball and still do little league. So I don't know. People just like love of the game, I guess.
Keep busy, make that money. Why not, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, all the checks clear the same, apparently.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, Tim, listen, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem, man. I got to get to bed. I should have been in bed a long time ago. But yeah, tomorrow, Burbo Plata at 7. Watch me and Ray yell at each other and maybe talk about fights. Maybe we'll get the fights.
All right. There we go. Thank you. There is Tim from Bro Plata. Look at that. Calling in. Plugging away. Yeah, so sleep apnea. It's crazy, man. I just got that. That's scary. Sleep apnea. Freaks me out.
It's not super scary if you can get it like.
You catch it, you put the device on.
It's not that scary.
Fix it. That's scary to me. Because, you know, if you don't know you have it, You could fucking just die.
No.
You just die.
You don't just die. No.
You're dead. That's it. It's a death sentence.
Jean Paul fucked you up, man. You should never listen to that guy.
Who?
That guy that was telling you all, like, oh, you're going to have a heart attack in your sleep, Moss.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Okay. Yeah, so I was looking at this card over here. And if you just jumping in, we had Jordan Leavitt live on the show and Big Mo back to back, belly to belly, the first 2 hours of the stream. Great job by both of those guys coming in and delivering the heat with their opinions and what's going on in their lives. And it was really cool. So go run it back and let us know in the comment section what you think. But I want to look at this card next weekend, Saturday night. It was so funny.
Excited?
Did you look at the DMs I had with William? Did you check it out? It was actually pretty funny.
What happened?
Because William's like not a man of many words, right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought I offended him. Go check it out. You're going to laugh. Me and William got this bizarre relationship.
It was on Instagram?
It's really weird. You can kind of see it in our interviews. Like we have this odd, like...
It was on Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram DMs. I kind of laughed about it. If you want to call the show, jump in Discord. We were back in... Actually, you know what? Fuck. Yeah, let's just... I'm going to swing us back to Discord here. Nightmare. Or S something JW Nightmare. Something like that. SJW. Yeah, I know. We get a lot of freaking...
You called him SJW?
SJW. Oh, SSJ Nightmare. Sorry.
All right, what am I reading here?
Just go back, hold on. Go back a little more. Wait, hold on. When I reached out right after the fight.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So see how he says, enjoy my fall, right? How would you take that? Don't read it out loud what I said to him, just, But enjoy my fall, he said to me. So I went back. I was like, what do you mean enjoy my fall? Like I was kind of like, I was like, dude, we're not like fucking laughing at you for losing.
You got all defensive for no reason.
I did, man. I felt like Ariel for a second there.
Oh,
I thought William was like pissed at us.
That was very un-Moss-esque.
I know. I don't know what it is. I got a soft spot for Will.
What happened?
I don't know.
Were you having a bad day?
No, I thought he was.
That's not like you.
Well, I thought he didn't like me.
Who cares?
He could kick the shit out of me. He sees me on the streets, he might squish my head in, But it was pretty. What would you take that as, though? Look, like his answer.
When I read that, I thought he was being sarcastic, like making a joke. And then when I saw your response,
I was like, "Enjoy your fall."
Like, wait, whoa, calm down.
I don't know. I kind of got like a little amped up.
Oh,
Moss. I got a little amped up.
Oh boy, I think that's the first time I've ever seen you.
I like the guy. I do. I actually genuinely like William. I do. I get a little defensive over William. I don't know why.
You like him a lot.
I like him. Maybe I want to fuck him. I don't know.
Son.
But you know what it is? It's that connection from like when we started the show.
Yeah.
There's certain guys, him,
that you just respect.
Sumter, like those are guys that like it was from the beginning, like
Yeah.
right when this thing started. And I didn't know I didn't know the difference between professional and amateur fighters.
Thank you.
That's like the truth. Well, we got a sideways. Tropic Tom has been a member for 6 months. Let's go, baby. Tropical Tom. Thank you. Grounded fighters get pounded. Get up or get out. I'm with you, Tropic. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I feel...
That's okay. It's good that
I had
you
an Ariel
respect him
moment.
so much.
I had an Ariel moment, and I kind of kicked myself afterwards because, well, at least I don't really do it on air,
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes back to what I was saying before. It's like when you start befriending, like professional athletes.
Yeah.
It's fucking. I don't know. It's weird. Like it's a weird thing.
Well, I don't think it's weird.
Do you think they feel the same about us? Like
No.
we feel? No, right? I don't think they give a shit.
It's
true.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Why do
care?
you care so much?
I don't
Because they
know.
don't care.
I have no, because I look at it this way. They're taking time out of their day to come on our program.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They don't have to do that.
I think they don't.
Like Jordan didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He didn't have to twerk.
No, I
with
think
me.
they have respect, for like the fact that like we want to put them on a platform, but like
Yeah.
I don't think that they're looking because they've got a lot to do. Like they're busy people. They're
We
out
got
there fucking doing their shit.
We got another call over here. Hold on a second. Let's see. We got another call. Call us on Discord. Kudos, are you there? Kudos, you hear us? Kudos.
What's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Kudos, do you think I'm getting soft, man? Like, I'm starting to fall for these fighters. I think I'm falling in love with fighters. I don't know, man.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you, to be honest, man.
Okay. See, I like this guy.
Yeah, man.
Kudos to you for saying it. So what's going on, man?
Thanks, man. No, kudos to you, man. I'm just hanging out, guys. I was watching the stream, you know. Love, I'm a little bit newer, but, you know, I love watching and stuff. You guys are dope.
Did you just call me a dope? Jesse, did this guy just call me a dope?
No. I didn't say that.
Oh, shit. I was going to have to fucking hang up. All right.
You guys are cool, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Were you from Cali?
No, I'm from Connecticut, actually.
Connecticut? You sound like you're fucking like surfing and shit. What's going on here?
No, I'm not surfing, bro.
Oh, so Connecticut. So you know William Knight.
Wait. What'd you say?
So you should be best friends with William Knight. He's from Connecticut as well.
Yeah, you know who else is? Glover.
Glover.
Teixeira.
That's right, the champ.
That's really close to me. Danbury, Connecticut is really close to me.
There you go. So have you gone to any like CES events or anything like that over there?
No, I actually haven't, man. I've never like actually been to an event. Actually, my friend went to see Poirier fight Oliveira.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
And O'Malley was on that card, dude, and that was his first UFC fight he ever saw, dude.
Damn.
It was in Vegas. He loved it, like, and now he's a fan, and like we talk about it, like he was not into it at all. I kind of like got him into it, and he went and saw a fight and stuff.
That's awesome. I tell you what, being in Connecticut, there's a lot of pluses when it comes to fighting. Bellator is constantly there. CES has a promotion that feeds the UFC. They have a lot of events in Connecticut. And, I mean, the UFC doesn't really go to Connecticut, but they do have some real strong talent coming out of there.
Yeah, I agree, man. It is kind of crazy. Like, even when I found out about Glover, like, and he won the title, like, I didn't know he was from Connecticut, or at least, like, is over here now.
Yeah.
But when they said that, I was like, damn, that's crazy. In Danbury, I was like, that's like 20 minutes from me. That's so crazy to me.
That's pretty cool. You got the one-armed Nick Newell over there, one-armed phenom, Nick Newell, who I'm emotional with him too. It's weird. I don't know, Jess. I don't know what's going on.
You thought Luque was gonna win last fight, right?
I did. Yeah, I picked Luque. I fucked up.
I thought he was gonna win too, man.
Did you?
Yeah, man. That's what I was. Dude, he's a beast. Are you kidding me?
Are you typing right now? What are you doing? Are you talking to me?
I'm not.
Are you multitasking? What's going on here? Are you clicking in the background?
I'm multitasking. I'm looking up. I'm trying to see what the next fight is, man.
Oh, okay. You're trying to keep this conversation going. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, exactly. Dude.
All right, type
this is my
away,
first
man.
time on the show, man.
Yeah, keep typing. Let's go, man. Let's do this. I'm
Wait,
in
Rose is fighting next fight. What the heck? That's crazy.
Namajunas.
Namajunas. There she is.
That's right.
She's a beast. That kick was nasty.
Oh yeah, Rose. Listen, Rose is.
That was nasty.
I've been hard on her because I think she's an emotional head case, but I have nothing but respect for her as an athlete.
Come on, you gotta admit that kick was nasty. When she hit that kick on her,
she knocked her back to China. You saw that, right? She flew right back to China.
I seen it, man. I seen it. Trust me. What's her name again? Zhang.
Zhang Weili. Weili Zhang.
Oh, Zhang Weili. Weili. Yes.
That's right. What do you think about the two dykes that are fighting this Saturday? Lemos versus Andrade. What do you think about those two?
Oh, Andrade, huh?
That's right, yeah.
Honestly, I got Andrade. I don't know about you. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think Andrade has a little bit bigger of a clit, so I'm going to go with Andrade. I think I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
You think so?
Jess, who do you have in this fight? Lemos or Andrade? Two very...
I'm going to go Andrade.
Ellen DeGeneres haircuts going on here.
Let's go.
That's right. Although Lemos 11-1-1, I mean Lemos scary.
That's pretty solid. That's I know. I was just looking at that too. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But hey, wait, Oliveira Gaethje, come on. What do you got? Let's go.
Well, I know who Jesse has. Jess, who you got?
Gaethje.
Oh. Wow, you're really going with it.
Nah, here's the thing. I actually might pick Oliveira for this fight. Just I like them both, and I love Gaethje, and I always pick Gaethje. But like I'm trying to be logical here, and I think Oliveira's gonna win. But I want Gaethje. Like, it'd be cool if Gaethje won, but I don't think he's going to win.
So this could be the first time you've picked against Gaethje since I can remember. Actually, no, you picked against him with Khabib.
Yeah, it was Khabib.
But other than that, it's been all Gaethje.
Yeah.
So you're going to pick Charlie Olives?
Probably.
Okay.
That's going to be a dogfight, no?
I think Olives chokes him the fuck out, too. I think that's going to happen.
Ooh.
Yeah. I do.
What about Gaethje knockout? No.
Oh God, I hope so.
Imagine.
Because you know
That would
what?
be sick.
If Gaethje wins, it opens up this portal to just fun fights. You know?
Oh yeah.
So So
Poirier?
Gaethje, I mean, there's so many. There's rematches. There's even like the Conor McGregor. If Conor could come back and win a fight or something like that, Conor versus Gaethje, it's just fire.
Man, that would be sick.
Yeah. So like, there's so many cool things.
What about Chandler and Ferguson? What are you thinking?
Man, I am trying to make a push for Tony in this one, but my heart is still going for Chandler. I'm gonna keep on going to the drawing board and finding. I'm gonna try to find a way to finagle myself into picking Tony, but right now I'm still with Chandler.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably with Chandler, I would say. He looks
Jess?
pretty good.
What do we got?
Chandler probably.
Wow.
He looks pretty good, like as like a man and as a fighter. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. Yeah, if I was gay, I would fuck.
Wouldn't you agree?
I would fuck the
Right?
shit out of him. I tell you what, I met him in New York when we started the channel, and I touched his shoulder. A little semen came out of my penis. It was weird.
Did you? Wait, he touched your shoulder, or you touched?
I touched his shoulder. It was like a boulder. It was like.
Did you
chiseled.
wash that hand?
No, I never washed it since. In fact, I fingered Jesse today with that Michael Chandler hand.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's great.
Yo,
She just-
put the applause up for that one. Put
Okay,
the
there we
applause
go.
up
What do
for
you
that
think?
one.
Jess, Michael Chandler was inside you.
Yeah,
I remember
there you go. There it is.
All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna let someone else.
Thank you. Kudos.
All
Kudos
right,
to you.
You know what? It was a pleasure speaking with you guys. I'll definitely join the show more. I want to give my buddy ING a shout out. I was typing to him and I was sending him the link. I was like, "Yo, check out this YouTube video." I'm speaking to them.
Hell yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
guys.
All right, be
It was
good, man.
fun.
Thank you. All right, you got to learn how to wrap this up better. I know you know it's like it's taking too long, you know?
Am I taking too long?
No,
All
you're
right,
fine.
I'll just leave then.
All right, see you later, man. There he is. Kudos. Kudos to him for calling in from Connecticut. Kudos. What do you think about Kudos? I like him. He's good.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. He's clicking the keyboard on the line. Kudos. We need more people like Kudos calling in. All right. Anyway, if you do want to call on future shows, it's on our Discord. Also, the live chat's constantly going. We got the people in that Discord. Like it's cool, man, that you guys keep that thing flowing in there. Conversation, community members learning about each other, psychopaths threatening to kill each other. You know, it's great. By the way, D-Rest, let me just say something if D-Rest is watching. Where's that shirt? D-Rest sent us a beautiful shirt. D-Rest is a very generous human being. He's donated pretty hefty donations to this show. So I do have respect for D-Rest as a community member. And that's a pretty nice shirt. I will be wearing that shirt. But D-Rest, can we stop trying to fucking kill people? Like I think that is a phase. And I saw him write a nice message like a couple of days ago where he kind of apologized, and it's literally Jekyll and Hyde. Let's get rid of Jekyll, or who's the bad guy? Jekyll.
I don't know.
Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde's the bad. Let's get rid of Mr. Hyde, and let's keep Jekyll in the chat, because D-Rest is a good guy. But this other personality that wants to murder people, let's just pump the brakes. Put the brakes on it. Okay, D-Rest? Thank you. Address that really quick. Anything you want to add to the show? Anything else you would like to
There's always
dabble into?
something, but
Go ahead.
no.
It's your time to shine. It's late. Most people are sleeping right now. So if you're going to say it, this is the perfect time to do it.
No, I'm good.
Okay?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be live on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you to our sponsors, Head Rush, Sheath Underwear, MyBookie.ag, Undisputed Belts, and UFC and ESPN Plus. Links in the description. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products. And make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and as always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.